yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Let's get our heads right on a wet and a little chilly San Diego morning. Not my favorite. You know that. I get a little bit down in the mouth when it rains. And especially when you look at the forecast and see rain for like the next, 7 days. Slightly losing it. Just a little bit panicked. Talk about it. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well.
Sorry to hear that you're down in the mouth.
I'm just nervous.
I'd like to see you up in the mouth.
I would too. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous about the weekend.
Because it's going to rain all weekend.
Yeah. And I think any parent out there of young children can certainly relate to that. Now, I could absolutely go, hey, enjoy your iPads. Dad will see you on Sunday. I mean, there's parents that do that. I'm not going to judge you. I'm really not. But you can't give my children an iPad for more than they get literally about 10 minutes, or it's rabid dog syndrome when you try to take it away. Taylor loses his mind. And so I remarked to my wife this morning, I go, hey, I'm just going to tell you, I'm a little bit panicked about the weekend because all of the things that we had planned, and we have really, you come in here Monday morning, you're exhausted from all the stuff you had to do, but you're really thankful for it because you had a bunch of stuff to do. You really are. I know I am. And I'm the chaos, we've kind of learned to thrive in it. And I'm telling you, man, we had a flag football game, playoff game scheduled tonight. That's going to get banged. Bo had a baseball game on Saturday. That's going to get banged. And then Sunday was going to be my very last T-ball game to coach ever. A couple people said, oh, does that make you sad? I go, no, it doesn't make me sad even a little bit. I'm going to continue to coach, but I get to coach different levels of real baseball. I will not miss coaching T-ball. I really won't. I've done it. I think I've coached 6 teams. That's more than enough. It's more. I got my fill of T-ball. So that's going to get banged. And that means
not rescheduled, it's over.
It's rescheduled. So I got to wait another week. And so I'm just going to be I'm going to be in the home as a dad and with a dad and a wife and mom that, committed to keeping our kids off the screens. What am I going to do all weekend? I think we're just going to play some Uno. You only do this stuff
fire in the fireplace,
yeah.
Make some hot chocolate,
yeah.
Sit around and enjoy the crackling flames.
So my wife actually said this morning as I was leaving, I go, I'm just going to tell you, my perspective is I'm a little nervous for this weekend. So let's try to get our heads right about it, and we'll do the very best we can. She's my wife, by the way. I'm looking forward to it. It's just time to chill. I go, you've literally never chilled in your whole life. Not once have I ever seen you chill, ever. So I don't know if you guys know this about us. We're not a chill family. It's not a chill household. No one's going to be sitting around chilling. No one. So I walked, I looked at her, I go, are you out of your mind? I was like, chill. All right. Well, look forward to seeing it.
Well, that's, 4 minutes. You can sit there and chill for 4 minutes. And then,
what am I gonna do?
It's like, okay, now what are we going to do? That's the problem with chilling. It's great for the 4 minutes that you can get your kids to chill. And then you have the rest of the weekend to try to fill.
Bees Knees, movies, board games, crafts, bake, build a fort. That's 2 hours. I got 48 hours to fill, Bees. I'm telling you.
All right, do that 24 times.
24. Rip the fort down. We're going to do it again. Let's do it bigger and better. It's going to be an S show. And look, there is a part of me that, there. Hopefully it goes well. And you look back and go, man, that was actually a really fun weekend. There's a football game I want to watch. I am, by the way.
I think you just got to invite their friends over and let them.
So Bo said this yesterday. He goes, oh, no problem, Dad. We can just have all my friends over. I go, no, I don't want 5 kids. I barely want 2 of you guys there. I don't want 5. And he goes, well, I can go to somebody else's house. I go, no, I don't want that for their parents. It's got to be an equitable distribution here. So maybe we'll do, hey, have them come down to our house a couple hours, send them down there a couple hours. We'll just shuttle them off. And I do think, listen, I may just let them go play in the rain. May go out there and play in the rain.
I was going to suggest that there really is no harm to letting them get wet. And just have them.
Yeah, if it's not 30 degrees,
they're
going to get pneumonia.
Put on their oldest clothes, find somewhere muddy, let them go, and then hose them off at the end. They'll love it. They'll absolutely love it.
Gonzo says, sounds like a great time, and he puts the mushroom emoji. Yeah, I'll give my kids mushrooms this weekend. We'll see how that goes. That actually sounds like a really fun weekend.
Foreplay on Monday should be fun.
Would be elite. Hey, guys, I got some video. No, I mean, it's just, it's one of those things. It is. It is. Life is what you make it, right? So I'm going to try to make it into a positive. I'm just telling you, I'm a little bit anxious about said weekend. And I think, honestly, I really think I'm bummed because I really enjoy watching them play. I really, really enjoy watching them play. I think that's the other part of it is like, oh, I'm bummed I don't get to watch you guys compete and do stuff that you love to do, that you work really hard, at being better at. So that's got
to think of some games you can play in the rain. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. We'll do some rain activities and yeah, it's just
no baseball. They can get hurt.
It's just mud and water.
Go throw a football around in the rain
with their buddies. Yeah, there's a park.
What's better?
There's nothing better. Just get all muddy. Yeah, we'll have
just
some
be
fun.
Prepared for it at the end.
Yeah.
Get the clothes off. Get the mud off right into the washing machine, and you're good.
I wanted to let everybody know. I tweeted it and I put it on my Instagram. That we will be doing. That's one thing I have planned this weekend is we're going to do another edition meeting of the work, which is the men's mental health group that I started. Would love to see you guys out there. I had a lot of people reaching out about it lately, like, hey, when's the next one? I really need it. We are at that time of year that this is Men's Mental Health Month, the month of November, but it's something that we talk about year round. So we're going to do it tomorrow, 11 a.m. at the Sanctuary by the Lost Abbey, 1215 San Alejo Road in San Marcos. It's on my Twitter. It's on my Instagram at the Stephen Woods for both. Come on down. If you are a man and you feel like you maybe need an ear, you need to be heard, need to be seen, that's what we're going to do tomorrow, 11 to noon. We keep it an hour. We don't hand out chips or anything like that. It's very bare bones. You come in and you can talk or you can just listen and just be there and know that you're supported. So tomorrow, 11 a.m., Sanctuary by the Lost Abbey, where we've done it every time.
Good day for it, sounds like.
It does. And I really, there was a time where I'm like, I should move it around. You move it around the county. At this point, our buddy Tommy from Lost Abbey has offered it up. It's a great space. I know it's a bit of a drive for a lot of people. I do apologize about that. But if you do feel like you need some help or somebody to listen to you, we'll be there for you. We got a great group of guys that have shown up every week. And it's really been a cool thing. So looking forward to seeing you guys there. We are at that time of year too, Ben, where I think people are compelled to help more. People want to help more at this time of year. And in fact, tell everybody about the email that you just got.
Yes, we have been asked, any of us, if you want to participate, to ring the bell, celebrity bell ringing for the Salvation Army on December 2nd. And I wondered if you guys would like to go down and ring the bell in front of the Walmart. It's actually the one right by the station here. Get the bucket, people donate and put $1 in the bucket as you go by, and they get to see, hey, it's Woods from 97.3 The Fan. Let's put a $5 in the bucket for the Salvation Army and ring the bell for just 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
30?
30 minutes. That's it. That's all they're asking. 30 minutes of ringing a bell constantly.
I'll do it.
Damn you, Paulie, you son of a bitch.
No,
I can't.
No,
it's the bell.
It's 30 minutes.
It's the bell.
Is it?
It's the bell.
Is it frowned upon to put AirPods in?
I think so.
Probably.
Ben, I don't like excess noise. You know this, and you're going to ask me to stand out front and go ding 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 ding. I'll say this honestly: great work that you guys do with the Salvation Army. We got to get a new bit. There needs to be a new. I see you and I see your bucket. You have enough equity that I know what you're there for. This is unnecessary. It's unnecessary at this point. If you moved beyond the bell, I'd be more likely to give you money. If you didn't ring the
deeper bell, maybe. I don't know.
It is a deeper bell.
But
do we have to wear the outfit? Don't they wear a special outfit?
No, I think you can just wear your own clothes as a celebrity. I've done it before.
You have done it?
I did do it.
Does your arm get tired?
A few years ago. There's no one like
you switch hands.
There's no foreman.
If you use your left hand, it feels like somebody else is shaking the bell,
making sure that
hey, it's the stranger.
You can continuously ring the bell like
A foreman.
Hey, stop! Yeah, you know what? Are you taking a break there? Keep ringing that bell. What do you think we're not
I'm
paying you
here
for?
on my own free will. What is this, a sweatshop? Just
If you need a moment or two of non-bell ringing, they will, I think, accommodate you even over the short 30-minute period.
Can I get a break? This is BS. I haven't even had a break yet.
Boss,
break. You don't have to ask me every time you need a bathroom break. Yeah, hear ye. All right, I kind of have to do it now. We kind of have to do it as a show, actually.
I will let
Please
Jake,
let them know.
I will let Jake know that we are in.
All right, what's the date?
It's Tuesday, December 2nd.
November, December 2nd. Okay. At what time?
11 a.m. We can go show, do a little work here, head right down the hill.
All right. And the three of us will do it.
Yeah,
man.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Can't believe we talked you into that. I brought it up with the confident knowledge that you would be the one who stood in our way, and then I wouldn't have to do it.
I'll be honest. I had other motivations. I didn't care if we did it or not. I just knew that if I said yes,
I would have to say yes.
I'm like, I don't live that far away. Like, it's not that big of a. It's after the show. It's not that inconvenient. Sure, let's do it.
There was a time in my career that I would have jumped at that. Jumped because of what word? Celebrity. It says in there.
It does.
15 years ago, 12 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, sure. If you guys only knew the stuff that I did in this town for quote unquote exposure.
Tell a girl, sorry, I can't go out.
I got a
celebrity event that I need to do.
It's really not that big a deal. I'm working for charity, and it's celebrities only. So I could have brought you, but it's celebrities only. I can't. So I got to be there and ring this bell again for charity. The stuff that I've done in this town, the things that I've emceed. We need a celebrity and somebody to MC. Oh, I'll do it. I mean, I have literally done it all. And now I'm to the point where I'm like, I'll just pay you guys $500 if I don't have to do it. How about that? That's $500 to your charity.
We've committed now. It's too late. I sent the email, so we're in.
All right, so we're in. Ben and Woods ringing the celebrity bell for the Salvation Army on December 2nd at the Walmart down here in
Murphy Canyon.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's what I've asked for. We'll get our final assignments, I guess, when Jake gets back.
I'm gonna make.
It'll be in Marietta.
I want to make Ben. If people aren't donating, I want you to like trail them a little bit. Hey, bud, you gonna hit us on your way out? Like, you really sell it. Like, you really. Our goal is to raise money.
What's wrong? You don't like kids?
I guess you hate kids in charity, bud. How are you? I see you're going in. Probably to buy a bunch of stuff you don't need.
Brand new TV. Oh, wow.
How nice for you. How nice for you. So, all right, fine. You talked me into it. Didn't. You
maybe we'll even get some show content out of it.
You shamed me into it. Paulie did. So I'll be there. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to helping out as much as I can over the break.
Make some videos, turn out some viral content. We're really lacking in that department. I did a video for Channel 10 yesterday about the Padres sale.
I saw it.
Had some help with it. I always feel bad, and I know you do as well, that we don't do enough of the content creation online like so many people do. I follow all these. I don't even know who they are, but they're famous for being online. Most of the ones I follow are like food content creators.
Right.
And I always think, man, that's a pretty good gig. Are they making good money? Like, they eat a sandwich in the front seat of their car and take a video of it and post it. And they get like hundreds of thousands of views. And then they do it again and they get hundreds of thousands of views. And I go, this is what we should be doing. And then I think about it and I go,
makes me sick.
He has to keep doing this every day. He just keeps sitting in his car, eating a different sandwich from a different viral spot and eating and telling us how delicious this sandwich is.
Yeah. Or how it's not good or
it's
whatever.
Not good,
right.
But whatever. But then tomorrow he's got to do it all over again. Okay. It's time for another sandwich today.
Like, the way I look at it is this, and I've always looked at it this way. I'm a radio host. We do a radio show. Now, I understand we're also on YouTube, and that's fine. It's great. It's been great for business. But the thought of waking up in the morning going, where can I bring people along today? I could do it. I would run out of ideas in 1 week because all of my focus has always been on this. This is what I want to be great. And that's where my focus is. If they came to us and said, we have a new mandatory you have to do one video or 5 videos a week or whatever. I'm not saying I would quit, but the quality of everything would suffer in my mind. Like, it's just this is hard enough to come up with 4 hours every day. Then you're going to throw, hey, bring the guys along on one of your when you cut a new spot or something. No, like people really want to see that stuff, and then you have to continue to do it. I think of Sammy. Like, Sammy's an elite content creator. He's got his bit. He's got his one bit. He's married to that bit for
the 2025 season comes to an end.
He's married to that bit for the rest of his life. You realize that in 20 years, and with that, the 2045 season comes.
It's true.
He's married to it. And so I don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
He could stop, but then he'd be inundated by people who are, where is it? I've been waiting for it. I've been doing this every year since I was 11 years old. And you know, I'm now a 52-year-old man. I need my with that. The 2062 season has come to an end.
Yeah, 100%. Padres just hired another new manager, 2062. And you know, I don't know. I just think he's married to it now.
I feel the same as you, like with the content creating.
Yeah, you're the young one. You're the one that's supposed to be making us do this stuff.
And I have plenty of ideas for you guys. I just know I don't even ask because I know you won't do them. Like, I see the TikTok trends, and you know, whether it's a new soundbite with a dance that accompanies it,
that will never happen,
or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this is the kind of stuff that can get you millions of views.
Like, what's the latest trend?
Like, there's one right now. I can't play it because it's got some cursing in it, but you know, it's all about the sounds on TikTok. They upload the sound and then it gets shared a million times when everybody creates a video. There's one right now. It starts with like, it's got 2 people. They're like standing back to back, and the camera kind of rotates around them, and it starts with 4 non-blondes. Hey, you know, what's going on? Yeah. And then as the camera's spinning, it turns into the other song, Bees in the Trap. And then
what are the people doing?
There's just like every video is different, but every trend is different. And that one isn't even that bad. They're not doing it's not a whole choreographed dance per se, but I just know if I came to you guys, hey, this would be a good one for you guys to do.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. I saw a great Instagram video last night that made me. You scroll through a ton, right? You see a bunch of stuff and you go, all right, that's okay. Ha ha ha. A couple podcast clips make you laugh or whatever. This one was amazing. So these women, it said, testing my fiance to see if he is ready for children. And these women say to their fiancés, hey, babe, let's do a cute video together, a cute picture. And the guy's like, oh, sounds good. The women put milk in their mouth. They come up next to their fiance. The fiance doesn't know there's milk in their mouth, and they spit up on him like a baby does. And the guys were like, ah, like how when you have children, babies, you remember?
Spit up, yeah, spit up.
I've had Bo spit up into my mouth. Taylor spit up in my face, like all into your hair. My wife covered. It doesn't smell good. I was crying. These women leaning over and going just like this too, randomly, and the milk spills out all over their significant other. And I went, no, that's funny. That is really, really funny. That's very clever. Some of them, though, I watch them and they make me insane. And I don't think I could bring myself to do it. I think I have too much pride or ego or
I'm always skeptical of everything I watch, though. Like
that it's all a bit.
It's all just put on. Skit. Everybody's in
everything.
On it. It's just a skit. Yes, I don't want to see a skit. I want to see some genuine human emotions.
My wife says, Stephen, being enthralled by this is one of life's great mysteries. There is a reaction, and I'm pretty sure that the first time my kids spit up on me, I wasn't like, oh, I was like, mother, you know what I mean? Like, take him, like one of those. So I think I probably would have failed the test. I don't really like warm vomit on me. That's just me. These guys actually handled it pretty well, and it was pretty funny. I'll show you guys at the break, but yeah, man, like, I don't know. I've always been of the opinion we used to do a lot more online. We don't anymore.
But the thing is that's not even an accurate test, because I still would recoil at any other children's vomit or spit up.
Yeah.
Or any other person's or any other bodily fluids. Honestly, I'm squeamish about such things.
Most of them, yeah.
I could handle my own kids. When my kids were kids,
yeah,
I could handle all of it. I could handle the dirty diapers. I can handle the spit up. I can handle the vomit. only from my children. If
Yeah.
you ask me to do it for someone else's kids,
Yeah.
but I could do it for my own children, and that's about it. I think it's some sort of biological imperative that keeps us alive as a species. That was the only two people in the world that I could handle that.
Yeah,
for.
Mr. Mon says literally do everything online now. Yeah, man. It's every day. It's like, hey, I'm waking up and come with. I mean, like I could feasibly be like, hey, this is what a life of a morning radio
that
host.
stuff
It
goes
slays.
crazy. The behind the scenes footage.
But I would need you at my home, standing over my bed at 3:30 just to get in place, and then at 4 I wake up and I go every morning. I go my first word out of my mouth, and then I get up and go in the shower. Paulie's filming, and you'd have to do the whole thing for me, or Hannah would. She's not gonna want to do that. I just feel like these content creators, don't they invade other people's lives a lot? Like there's no way they're doing all this stuff themselves.
Yeah, that stuff sucks.
That stuff sucks.
But then you have guys like, Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. Like they'll stream for like weeks at a time.
Which is nuts to me. Their whole life. How do they do that?
They just will sit in front of their camera. They'll take you. They'll take you when they got to go down to the kitchen.
We did an hour live stream, hour and 10 last night. It was long for us. I was exhausted after. These guys they do weeks long streaming. But do people really? There's an appetite to watch somebody 24 hours a day. It's like the Truman Show.
Kind of.
I guess there was in that movie for sure.
Yes, but that was also just a movie.
A movie.
I just don't know that I care about other people's lives that much.
Yeah, I know. Well, we need to do some more creative stuff, certainly. And we used to do the manager interviews every week, and I always had fun with that. But if you want to know the truth, the last manager we had was very sensitive, and we decided not to do it because I really thought that he would get offended if he thought we were doing that about him. That's a true story. So we didn't do it. We can bring it back. Or maybe it ran its course.
I don't know.
Anyway, come with me to the bathroom here next. Tune into Instagram right now.
Come on, chat. Let's go.
We are in Salvation Army. It's great.
Oh, yes.
Jake says, do you want to have someone from the Salvation Army on prior to promote the event?
No, we're all right.
Jake even says he'll bring donuts by the station. Maybe we can take on Woods. Jake, we will be there on December 2nd.
Jake asked if Adam would come
it.
with us. Should we make him dress up like an elf?
More than any. Oh, that's what we can make him do for the Christmas show for sure. Did we made him dress up like an elf yet?
He's done the Grinch. I don't know that he's actually been an elf yet.
Okay. Yeah, he will be now.
We made him wear a 50-pound weighted vest.
So we bought it for him.
What was
his
gift? What he wanted. Does he still use that? I want to know.
Does he still have it?
Good question. All right, let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. We will take our first time out. When we come back, we'll set the menu for the Friday edition of Ben and Woods. We did a little more digging on, of course, the big news yesterday that broke during our show at 9 a.m. The Padres exploring strategic options for a potential sale. We'll give you the latest, what we know. We still don't know a ton, as you probably don't either, but we'll get you updated when we come back with Ben and Woods on a Friday morning, a Friday here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Speaking of making sure your affairs in order, the easy transition, of course, talking about the Padres sale. Very difficult sometimes to make sure that all your heirs and relatives are happy after you are gone. The best way to do it is to put it all down on a piece of paper, a legally binding document that is a will or a trust. And now you can do it easily online without going to a lawyer's office by going to trustandwill.com.
Yeah, very simple to do. Also, you get that peace of mind that, if you put it off this long, I'm not going to mock you because we did the exact same thing at, 49 years old is when I did it. And I already had kids and a family. And it's just something that you need to do. So go to trustandwill.com. They keep it very simple. Trustandwill.com. Use the code radio20. When you check out, they're going to give you 20% off of your trust or will. Trustandwill.com, code radio20.
So on our chat last night, our gold member stream, Mel got his trust done, Tier 1 Mel, which is great.
Boy. That's your guy.
If you want to have your family avoid probate court, which can be costly and long and expensive and take forever to get access to your assets, get that trust done. Otherwise, a simple will suffice. Either way, use code radio20 at checkout when you go to trustandwill.com.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Are you happy that people are no longer asking you, what do you think of the hiring of Craig Stammen?
We've moved on entirely to, oh man, what's going on with the? I was afraid to answer my phone.
Who's going to own the Padres?
I'm telling you. Did you guys see? There's a new update. This is wild. The timing. There's a new update on X for DMs. Now I get a ton of DMs from tier ones every day, and it's usually stuff about the show. It's usually, what we were talking about. They will DM me. So yesterday, we had this big breaking news at 9 a.m. If you didn't hear, I don't know where you've been, but the Seidler family is going to sell. They're exploring the avenues of selling the team, right? Something that a lot of us had already thought was going to happen as soon as Peter passed away. By the way, 2 years ago today. was the day.
Yeah.
2 years ago today.
Pretty wild.
We love you. We miss you. You're the best, Peter. So yesterday we have this big breaking news. I get home. I look at my DMs. Usually there's a, 5 or 6 next to it, meaning I got 5 or 6 unread DMs. I go, 0. Do people not care anymore? Apparently there's some update that you have to do. And so I did it. I did the update. It's now called chat. And you have to put in a code. You have to enter your code. All of a sudden, I do it. I update it. I had like 65 DMs yesterday from tier ones. I'm like, oh my God, I should have left the update. Dude, what's going on? What are we going to do? Who's going to buy the team? This is what I've heard. I mean, it went crazy. So now there's no more, it doesn't say messages. It says chat.
I just looked at that, and I have to enter some sort of passcode.
Put your code in right now and see how many you get. It's crazy.
Well, I closed my DM.
Oh, you did? That's very smart.
So
very
I don't
smart.
get the same number that you do.
But I had, yesterday, and it was just boom, 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 boom. So many people wanting to know what was going on. But yeah, I missed the days when people said, so what do you think about Craig Stammen? Because now this is a whole different ball of wax.
That news cycle over. On to the next news cycle. We'll talk about it coming up here. Set the menu for our Friday edition of Ben and Woods. Also had some big MLS news that probably benefits San Diego and SDFC, if I'm being honest. We'll tell you about it in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll also be joined at 7:35 by our regular Friday guest, SDFC broadcaster Darren Smith. He will also have some perspective on the Padres ownership, of course, at 7:35. He will join us on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
David P. Shapiro, by the way, kind of rules, because yesterday Adam came in and he goes, hey, do you guys want some swag from David P. Shapiro? And I go, what? What kind of swag are we talking about here?
Legal office
swag, right? And I go, all right, what are we looking at? Bro, he's got the best swag of all time. He brought in this, it's an ice shaker, and it was on Shark Tank. It's got this fleur-de-lis on there, which I've always loved the fleur-de-lis.
So New Orleans Saints fan over there?
I've always liked it.
It's
a water bottle.
But it's like you put ice. You know when you put ice in your bottle and then you drink it and then the ice goes down your throat?
Right.
This has like a little. It was on Shark Tank. This thing was actually on Shark Tank, and it's got the little agitator, they call it. So you could do
like a little cage.
Yeah, little cage. So he has this. It's not like a cheapo water bottle. It's pretty dope. And then he brought some David P. Shapiro lint screens that you can get the cat hair and
lint remover
stickers. Yeah. I was like, you guys got good gear.
Says LOODS on it.
LOODS.
LOODPS.
Law Offices of David P. Shapiro. Thank you, David P. Shapiro.
We always appreciate it.
It's almost worth committing a crime to get one of these free water bottles. You know what I mean?
We have a lot to catch up to after our breaking news at 9 o'clock yesterday. So the regular features are enhanced today. Not only Don't Do This, Take on Woods, the biggest fan, of course, announcement, the Rindle Report, which we never got to yesterday, but we also have an NFL threesome and a super sexy Saturday Stinkfest college football schedule, which means we have plenty of content on the way today.
It's way too
much
for
Friday,
dude.
on Friday.
Paul, you'd missed the Rindle Report yesterday. Someone needs you to do two Rindle Reports today. That would actually, I would love that. I love.
We could do an 8:30 and like a 9:30 Rindle Report today.
6 stories that you missed yesterday.
But let's start with of course, more on the breaking news from yesterday. We talked to all of our people. I don't know how much more we know than we knew at 10 o'clock when we signed off yesterday, but a little bit. We'll share that with you after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report is served up by Manny Sedano Ford and their Black Friday savings all month long. Yeah, after this morning's commute, a lot of people might need new cars. Yeah, we've got numerous accidents already, guys. Slick roadways. Definitely want to leave extra time for travel. Okay, northbound side of the 5 near 28th Street, there is a collision involving car and motorcycle. It's over the right shoulder. Got a solo spin out south 805 at the East 54 connector ramp. Also some defective traffic signals causing a bit of a backup. Genesee Avenue on-ramp to south on 163. Reports of a possible brush or encampment fire northbound 15 before the King Freeway over the right shoulder. And a crash on the Coronado Bridge heading over to the island near the old toll plaza does not appear to be blocking any lanes. Ready for an upgrade? Manny Sedano Ford is offering a Black Friday savings throughout November. Go electric with the Ford Mach-E for just $258 a month, or spend the holidays in luxury with a 2025 Lincoln Corsair Hybrid for only $337 a month. Visit SedanoFord.com for details. Kelly Danek with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Kelly's going to have a morning, I think.
I
with
know.
The,
I feel bad for her,
Please be
man.
careful out on the roadways.
Do it for Kelly. If
The
you guys-
unhinged queen, as Elisa calls her. She really takes it personally.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Kelly. So be careful out on the roadways. Take your time. Listen to a little extra Ben and Woods on your drive into work or school or wherever you're heading. And we'll all get through this together, as we will get through the sale of the San Diego Padres. That's my biggest takeaway from yesterday. After having 24 hours or 21 hours to process the news, ultimately, I came to the conclusion that this is a normal part of sports. You know, teams transition with different ownerships all the time. You know, a few teams are up for sale in every pro league, usually at any given moment. You move on to another owner and you move into a different era. I do believe, and I want to make sure that everyone kind of takes a moment to reflect. The Peter Seidler, Ron Fowler ownership decade. It was a really good one for the San Diego Padres. No matter how it's ending, some ugliness, obviously, with the lawsuit, you know, it was a really good, probably the best ownership group the Padres have ever had. Maybe that San Diego has ever had for a sports team. It's just, they did a really good job. They're leaving the franchise in a much better place than where they acquired it in 2012. Wouldn't you agree? Like a much, much better place.
Yeah, I totally agree. I moved here in 2010 and, you know, started watching Padres baseball immediately, started following along with it immediately and thinking to myself, man, there's no juice. There's just no juice. And as soon as those guys took over and AJ Preller got in, really, I mean, it wasn't always the most delicious juice, but there was juice. It was national coverage from that point on. Some good, some bad, but it was constant and it's never stopped, right? That has never stopped. And I think, you know, I said yesterday, it's never boring covering this team. And we've been covering it together 8 years together. Ben, you've been covering them a lot longer. But us as a show, as a unit, we've been through some stuff. And I said yesterday, it's never boring. And somebody said, it's not boring. It is tiresome. And I go, you know what? You're absolutely right. It's tiresome right now. And this is just another hurdle that we as fans have to get through. And yeah, after I thought about it a lot yesterday, I talked to my wife about it. I made probably 5 or 6 calls to people that Darren Smith being one of them. We had a nice conversation about this whole scene. It boils down to this for me. Peter's gone 2 years today. That was this was his legacy. It was his legacy, and his wishes were his wishes. If you are not in 100%, great, sell the team. That's how I feel. And that's how I feel about friendships. That's how I feel about marriage. That's how I feel about work. That's how I feel about everything. If you're not in 100%, there's no reason to do this. Honestly. And if you're not committed to being the best owner that you can be or the best ownership group that you can be, sell it. Sell it. I'm absolutely okay with it. And the parties involved will all make a good chunk of change. They will all have wealth beyond my wildest dreams, our wildest dreams. And I just definitely think that if you can't do it or you don't want to do it and you don't have a burning desire to do it, you shouldn't do it.
I would say keep in mind as well that even though John Seidler wasn't Peter Seidler,
yeah,
and he cannot be expected to have the same passions of his brother.
Sure. I thought I did see some criticism yesterday, and I think some criticism is warranted. I also thought some of the criticism I saw wasn't, and that's okay. You know, again, people are emotional about this team, and I love that. That's great. I mean, that's great. But
in the 2 years since Peter has been gone, the team was extremely competitive to the point in 2024 that everyone said, including the Dodgers, Padres were the best team. They didn't get it done, but I don't think that was the fault of ownership that they didn't score in the last
No.
2 games of the season.
No, that's all
And
the
then-
players.
And then they invested enough that they went over the luxury tax this year, got back to the playoffs, won 90 more games, and got to a game 3 in the wild card series that didn't go their way. I don't necessarily think ownership, even if they weren't all in like Peter was,
Right.
did anything wrong these
Right.
last couple of years. They were certainly within their rights. They wanted to massively cut payroll to try to, squeeze as many dollars as they could out of the team before they sold it. They did not do that, and I will give them some credit for that. Were they Peter Seidler? Did they have that love? Probably not, and it's unfair to expect that of him. And now they are doing, as you said, what is probably the right thing.
Well,
and moving on and selling the team to someone who hopefully will have the passion for the Padres and the passion for San Diego and the passion for trying to win a World Series championship that Peter Seidler did. But they really haven't done anything wrong in the last 2 years.
The Padres truther says, so Woods kind of crappy of the current owner saying we're honoring his legacy while selling off the team, right? Peter's legacy, in my opinion, was Peter's legacy. It's not John's legacy. Now they have instituted that phrase quite a bit over the last few years. They have the last 2 years. They've said this is Peter's vision and everything else. At some point, I don't know fully that John doesn't want to run this team. I don't. He's got other people involved. There's a lawsuit. For me, knowing what we know, which is just what's been reported at this point, man, I'm looking at it going, if you can't get it figured out and you guys don't have the money to do it, I want an ownership group that has the money to do it and is passionate about doing. That's really what it boils down to for me.
I didn't necessarily get the sense that John really was like all the way in and
or
wanted this.
or all the way out either.
We didn't. All we can go off of is what we know, what we saw, what we heard, and we only heard from him like twice, and it was in the middle of a Padres game, and I think out in front of the backdrop out at spring training maybe once. Eric Katsenda did that once out at spring training. We never really heard from them after that.
No, and as far as like as Shield, as far as Shield owning the team, again, I don't know that Peter would have wanted his wife to run this team without the financial backing to do so.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I talked to Kevin Acee yesterday, and one of his takeaways
this was telling.
He thinks Peter would have had to sell the team. He thinks that even Peter Seidler, had he still been alive, would have run out of money to try to run the team the way he wanted to, and ultimately would have had to sell the team as well. So to expect that either his, widow or his kids or his brothers would be able to run the team when we're not even sure Peter would have been able to do, I think is kind of crazy to expect that. Now, you say, well, how could they be honoring Peter Seidler's legacy? If Peter could speak to us and say what he wanted right now,
right?
I believe that he would want the Padres to have a good caretaker. He always considered himself a caretaker. A steward. The Padres were San Diego's team. He just happened to be the caretaker of the team while he was the owner. He would love to find someone who could be the same sort of caretaker, who thinks of the fans, who thinks of San Diego, knows that their time is always going to be limited running the team, and to make good decisions going forward that hopefully bring the Padres a World Series championship. I think that's what he would want. It wouldn't necessarily about it has to be run by this person, it has to be run by that person. He just wants someone who's going to have the best interest of the Padres and their fans at heart, and that's when they find a new owner.
That's what we said yesterday too, is like, okay, like now we are going to move into this next era. It's got to be the right owner. It's got to be the right person. It's got to be the person with like I said, a burning desire to run the San Diego Padres. And listen, run it your way. You don't have to run it Peter's way, but Peter left a really good footprint of how a baseball team should be run. And just remember this too. This is something I talked to Darren about, and I don't think he'd mind me sharing, and I think we can bring it up with him later. Darren said, the only thing that concerns me, let's say you do get some big billionaire that wants to buy in. The concern he had, and I didn't really think about this, is that you have to be approved by the other owners, right? Mm-hmm. And remember, Peter Seidler was a maverick in the game of baseball. He wanted to do things, and the league would step in. Other owners would get upset by it and say, no, man, you're making, Dick Manfart got so mad. Like, you're making us look bad, bro. Be a middle of the road owner because you're a middle of the road market. That's what I get scared about. The richest guy in the world could be like, I'm in. I'll pay $5 billion for the Padres. The other 29 owners or however many you need for majority, they have to sign off on it. And if it makes them look bad, they may not. So that's a valid concern.
But it's always good to have another deep-pocketed guy, as part of your league. It helps drive up the value of your franchises. If the value of the Padres has been driven up, and I certainly believe it has. I know I talked to Kevin, and he had originally written maybe 1.8 billion. I told him I thought that was too low. I think the Padres will sell for well over $2 billion.
Sure.
And he said, I actually have already changed my story after talking to some more people based on their revenues and based on other sales. If the Tampa Bay Rays, with a stadium that has been destroyed by a hurricane, no payroll, and no fans, sells for $1.7 billion, then the Padres, with the sold-out 71 sellouts at a beautiful downtown stadium and a passionate fan base,
for $1 million more,
gotta go for at least $1 billion more than that.
Right.
There's no way they're getting $100 million more than the Rays got.
Right.
They're getting over $2 billion and probably closer to $3 billion. I firmly believe that. I told Kevin that, and he goes, "No, you're right. In fact, I've already made the changes based on talking to other people that this team is going to sell for $2.5 to $3 billion probably," and I totally believe that.
And I do think it boils down to neither party being able to run it fiscally the way that they would want to do it, right? And I hate it. I hate that it all happened. I wish Peter was still here. I wish he was still here so much, not just for what he did for the Padres, what he did for San Diego, what kind of person he was. We are a worse city without a Peter Seidler in it, period. And that's where I've always stood. I loved him. He was an inspiration to me and so many others. And this I do feel would be in the best interest of everyone taking what they are owed and what they have and going their separate ways, having somebody else come in and doing it, man. I think, it's got to be the right fit. It's got to be the right person. My other fear is that this drags on till I'm 60. That's my other fear, because that can happen. It really can. And I hope that it doesn't, because I know he wouldn't want that either.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is always possible. I think it depends on.
It's not going to happen by Wednesday. You know what I mean?
No, but we've seen other sales, proceed.
What is the
in
average?
I would say 6 to 8 months. No, I don't think it should take a couple of years, unless there are other legal issues, which there are.
They're absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if the majority, if both sides of the Seidler family decide that the best thing is a sale to make sure that everyone gets out cleanly, then it shouldn't take that long.
Yeah.
If either side changes their mind and goes, no, I don't really want to sell, that will complicate any issue. Because if I'm coming in and buying a team like the Padres, I want to buy the team. I don't want to piecemeal, acquire 25% and then acquire another 10 and, over 10 years. You don't want that. You want someone to come in, they buy the team, and it's their team. They own well over 50% or 100% of the team, and they can run it the way they want to. I think that would be beneficial for the San Diego Padres, rather than, we still have 19 minority owners who also have a say in the board and everything. Let's bring in an owner, who can make some decisions going forward.
Yeah, for sure. That gets approved by the league. And the funniest comment I saw yesterday in a weird time was, it stands to reason that the San Diego Padres will have some rich billionaire, Stan Kroenke or something, and then the league institutes a salary cap. We finally have a manager that can flex on everybody. And they're like, we're going to cap everything. Great. We'll just buy the best R&D department there is.
Who are some of the names? We can talk about what we've heard. Not that they're more than just rumors, but we'll get to that later in the program. Also, some big MLS news, probably good news for SDFC as well. Talk about that coming up. Hour number 2 of What's next year on 97.3 The Fan. going to save everybody a little bit of money this segment. At least all the SDFC fans out there. Isn't that good news?
Yes.
That's good news, right?
Yes.
Especially over the holiday season. Welcome back, Ben Woods, hour number 2. We got Darren Smith coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll talk more about the Padres ownership, the sale, the news from yesterday. I know he was talking about it online as well. Looking forward to that. Don't Do This is coming up as well. But yesterday, 2 big pieces of news from Major League Soccer that impact our team that is getting ready for a second playoff series or 1-game quarterfinal matchup next Saturday or Monday, next Monday, a week from Monday. First of all, Apple TV season pass, that extra
It's like
$90 or $100 that
Yeah.
you had to pay to watch MLS games, including SDFC, almost all of them.
Well, you pay for Apple TV. Like, what,
You already pay for Apple TV.
$13 a month.
Yeah,
or
And then you
whatever.
had to pay an extra $100 or whatever it was to get the vast majority of SDFC and MLS games, like 98% of them. There was every once in a while there was one on like FS1.
Right.
It's gone. You do not have to pay for MLS season pass anymore.
Ever.
Now, next season, there will be none, but they also said, and we're also lifting it for the playoffs. So if you have a regular Apple TV account, you can now watch MLS playoff games, SDFC games, and going forward, you won't need to buy anything additional,
Okay,
which
good.
is fantastic because I always thought it was a big ask. I thought just getting the Apple TV was enough to ask to be able to watch MLS, but then to have to have an entire package on top of that to watch soccer games when we're trying to get into soccer
Yeah.
for the first time. That was a huge, huge ask for new SDFC fans.
Sure. Yeah, I did it, and then they banged it for the playoffs or whatever. So I mean, I paid for the year, whatever. So
But you won't have to pay for it again.
Yeah.
Every game, every team, it's all included.
It'll-
It's like
it'll all
Netflix
be
does a lot of
included.
sports
Yeah,
now. They
yeah.
do, whether it's WWE or a boxing match or whatever. And you're like, all right, if it's on Netflix and I pay for Netflix, I should be able to watch it. I
Agreed.
should not have to pay another fee.
yeah, agreed.
On top of that, I understand that's the whole point of pay-per-view back in the day. The times are different. And so I saw that and I go, well, that seems like a dub. I think
Yeah, it's a
I don't
huge
know,
win.
I don't know that everybody has Apple TV Plus, but I do think a lot of people have it.
Worth it for pluribus. Just so you know,
This
it's
is
worth
a,
it for
this-
pluribus.
This is a league that's starting to grow and get a little bit of momentum. There's no big blocker to momentum like a giant extra fee that you make everyone pay to watch your games.
Right.
You have to make them at least available to a good chunk of the population. If you want your sport to grow, got to put them on TV somewhere where people can actually watch it. And this is a great step in a positive direction for MLS and SDFC.
And it's Apple TV, so the product looks great. It sounds great. It's really well done.
It is. The second giant piece of news, and this has been more of a mixed reaction, but I think is a huge positive here in San Diego, is the announcement that the MLS will be changing their schedule. They'll be going from a summer schedule essentially to a winter spring schedule.
Okay.
Okay, so
for
this year they started in like end of February, early March.
and they're ending like this month
okay.
with the championship in like 3 weeks. So they play mostly all year.
Yeah.
But most other leagues around the world, like the English Premier League, they start later in the summer, then play through the winter and finish their championships or in the spring, like, April or so when they have their champion, or May. And that's what the MLS is going to do after next season. Next season will be just like this year, February to November. And then they will take a break from November to the middle of May or whatever. And then they'll start on a new calendar beginning in 2027. Now, the reason why so many people were opposed to this is that you've got a lot of very cold cities that host MLS teams in the United States. New England Revolution and, Minnesota United that play outdoors, and fans are not going to want to go to games in the middle of winter in, blizzardy, icy conditions. So to combat that, they've announced that there will be a winter break over the holidays, like from early to mid-December, all the way like through January until early February, where the league just kind of goes on hiatus during the coldest months. And then around those, on the shoulder times, like in late November, early December, and early February, they'll make sure to schedule the vast majority of games in warmer weather cities.
Got
like
it.
San Diego or places where they can have access to an indoor stadium every once in a while to play those games. So those fans will not have to sit in icy bleachers for, a February 3rd game in New England and Foxborough or something.
Okay.
So that's how they are going to do that. But I love that.
What are the people that are opposed to? What do they say?
I mean, I think that was one of the biggest oppositions was all the cold, wetter, bad places. And it still can be an awkward schedule to take, a couple months off to not. Some teams won't have a home game from essentially like late October until late February. They'll be on the road for those entire months or off. So you're going to have a weird schedule to make it work. But I think in San Diego, where we have two teams, essentially. We have the Padres and we have SDFC.
Yeah.
Instead of having their seasons at the same time, like running all the way from spring training through the World Series, essentially concurrently, now we'll have opposite seasons where, SDFC will be active in at times when the Padres are not active and gives us more year-round sports, I think, in America's finest city, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing too. I like that. It just elongates for us, certainly. Like you can, because you had to choose many times, right? I was like, I would love to see what SDFC is doing, and I'll put it on my phone, but I'm watching the Padres right now. So I like that. I think that's going to be good for us inherently.
Yeah. Now there'll be some adjustment period,
sure,
I'm sure, for everybody to get used to it. But we're not really even used to necessarily the MLS schedule yet. This was our first time going through it.
Well, it's funny, man. We're not used to it, but like I'm chomping at the bit for the next game right now. Can't wait. It's not this Monday, but next.
It's like a week from Monday.
Brutal.
But there's an international break. Anders is playing for Denmark. You don't want to play a big game in the playoffs without your star player.
Yeah,
so you need to take that international window off so you can get everybody back for the game against Minnesota on Monday, the 24th, I think it is.
A good question here, B. Wilson. I don't know the answer. How does MLS work next year when the World Cup falls during the season? They take a whole month off for the World Cup?
That is a good question. I know, like, when they had the Women's World Cup, they continued to play, like, cup games.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't count in the standings, but, some of the subs.
Well, that's D. Smith. D. Smith will know.
Yeah, Darren will probably know. I'm sure they will have. They're not just going to be gone for a month, but I doubt they may like play tournaments and stuff with the players that are still remaining that aren't on national teams, but I don't think they'll play serious like games that count in the table while most of the stars are gone playing for their home country.
Yeah. And we still don't know what baseball is going to look like this year, right? As far as the WBC and what spring training is going to look like, that schedule has not really been released yet.
And we have the Padres spring training schedule. It starts on February 20th.
Right. When does the WBC stuff start?
I don't know when the players will leave. Usually,
what do they spend? How many last time they did it? They spent like
I thought it was like a couple of
weeks, and then they leave.
They leave. Well, they show up to Peoria,
right,
for
report date.
Couple weeks, and then I think they're gone for a couple of weeks, and then I think they come back for like the last
March 4th
week.
For the WBC.
Well, okay. I know that's when the Padres are playing Great Britain in a
scrimmage
in an exhibition game on March 4th, which means I would think the teams will have to be gathered before then.
Yeah, practice
for a few days. Yeah. So I would guess that any Padres players will leave near the end of February. So they'll have like a week, maybe 2 weeks of spring training at the beginning, and then they'll be gone for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, and then we'll come back probably for a few days at the end of spring training with their teammates again before starting the regular season.
Hey, welcome to the San Diego Padres, Craig Stammen, first-time manager. It's a lot on your plate. You're also going to need to navigate the WBC here. And for all those first-time managers that are in the big leagues right now, they're all going to have to navigate this wonky schedule and, accommodating all of the players that want to go play in the WBC for their country. So another plate to spin for a new skipper.
So the World Baseball Classic schedule. So the last game will take place. See if I can find the 17th is the championship at Lone Depot Park in Miami.
Okay.
Which that's the very latest then that your players would be
and then
missing
days,
players.
like 10, 11 days later.
And obviously teams that are eliminated before that, if you're eliminated,
you're done. You go
back. Semifinals or quarterfinals, you're gone. You go back to your team. But the last two teams keep playing until March 17th at Lone Depot Park, and then you'll at least have another 10 days almost before the season starts to finish spring training with your own clubs.
Right on. Interesting. There's your MLS update.
And a little WBC update at the same time as well.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You got no more thoughts on that?
Not really.
Minute or two of thoughts?
We'll look forward to that.
Look forward to that in 2027. It's a ways off.
It is. But the WBC and spring training and all that is literally right around the corner.
Pretty close.
It's right around the corner. It will be here before you know it. Will everyone feel... I said this yesterday when we were talking. I said, this is when things like this happen to your team, and it's tumultuous and it's a lot of unsuredness and all that. Like,
are you nervous at all
for
next year? Like, do you think how much is this ownership, the sale, gonna
hang
be a cloud
over
over the season?
Not much.
Can AJ Preller still do his job this offseason?
Yeah, that's going to be the most interesting question. And Ray, who I love, Ray in the chat said, I don't think he was saying it to us. Like, I don't think he thinks we're gaslighting him, because I'm not in here going, it's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Like, it could potentially be great long term. Short term, yeah, I think that's what I think most people are really nervous about. The short term, they've said we want to stay top 10 in payroll. We want to stay top 10. We have to stay top 10 in payroll. And in my opinion, you do. You have to stay top 10. Can they do that? Will they do that? Will he be allowed to do that? What is he going to be at? You have holes that you have to fill on this team, period. You just have to do it. That means you're going to have to spend some money to do it. You're going to have to trade some capital to do it.
I guess I'd be curious to look back at like teams that were sold, baseball teams in particular that were sold. What did their payroll look like after the sale was announced? Or
so
the exploration of a sale was announced, because out of I can understand if you're thinking, all right, out of one side of your mouth, you're saying we need to sell this team.
Right.
It's not working out. We have to sell. And then on the other side of your mouth, you're saying, but we're still going to have a high payroll. We're still going to do all this. I'm like, those are kind of conflicting ideologies.
It is. And I think, do you need Petco Park full 71 times to entice a new owner, or is the team enticing enough and the potential enticing enough? You want to own a baseball team, you're going to own it. And other teams, Ben, they pared down payroll, like the Orioles and teams like that have sold recently. They pared payroll down to sell the team. That's what I fear is going to happen.
There's only one way the Padres can shave payroll in any significant way. You would trade Fernando Tatis Jr. and or Jackson Merrill and maybe try to attach other bad contracts with them.
Yeah.
I am 99% sure they're not going to do that.
I really
because
hope,
I think a new owner is going to want players like Jackson Merrill
and Fernando
to the
Tatis.
team and Fernando Tatis Jr. who bring in lots of fans. If they don't do that, they don't have any ways to lower payroll this offseason.
There's really not a way to fire sale.
There's no way for the Padres to lower payroll. They don't have the prospects to attach to contracts.
Right.
it literally would probably be Jackson Merrill would have to be traded, and they'd attach like Xander Bogaerts.
Right.
And
Hi, this is Jackson
really
Merrill.
don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Think the likelihood of something like that is impossibly small, which means they're not lowering payroll. And they are going to have to fill, a couple of big needs pitching wise and at a bat. I don't think they're going to go through the moon, but I never did.
I never did either
on what they're going to sign, but they're not going to come up. Here's our pitching rotation. Well, there's only 3 guys, AJ.
Yeah, we're going to do a 3-man rotation.
We'll do position players in the 4th and 5th day. They're going to have to get some starting pitching to flesh out the rotation. They don't have any other options. They don't even have options in the minor leagues. Essentially, they can bring up. They're going to have to sign some pitching, so they can actually play baseball games this season, which means they should be a pretty good team on paper to start the year, because they already have a pretty good team on paper to begin with at this point. That's all locked up for 2026. And there's nothing they can really do about it.
Yeah, and beyond.
Yeah, you could trade like Ramon Laureano. Teams would love having him on a 1-year rental.
I saw yesterday
you're saving $6 million. That's not going to affect a sale.
I saw yesterday Nick Pivetta, whose salary escalates a little bit, like trade Nick Pivetta. Like, you need a starting pitch. You can't sell that to the fan base. And that's the thing that I wonder about. What it's going to look like on opening day, certainly. And they're going to be judged harshly in these next couple months. Again, like spring training starts in 10 10 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is. Like, it's not that far away. So the free agency period is here. They do need to upgrade the roster. Will AJ Preller be allowed to do it? That's what I think Padres fans are nervous about, and that's what they're looking
He'll
at.
have no choice. Again, you have to put a team on the field.
Yeah, you're
required to put a team on the field, and they will. And it'll be a pretty good team, I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any other pathway. Their most tradable players are all their least expensive ones.
I mean, Fernando's not cheap, but he's also like a cornerstone of your franchise.
Right.
Good luck.
He'd be the one. And they've already come out and said they are not trading Fernando Tatis Jr. There has been quotes like from the UT story 2 days ago, not even talking about it. And it's, again, don't think that someone just went to AJ and told him yesterday, oh, by the way, we're selling the team. They've known this probably for weeks, if not months, that this was going to happen.
Yeah, Marco wants to know, is AJ getting his extension? I'm not sure. I am not sure.
All the reports say that he still probably is.
Does anything change with this news now from this week?
I don't think so, because, again, they knew about it 3 months ago when they were talking about, working on an extension with AJ. Just because the news is out publicly probably changes nothing internally, which they have known about this, I guarantee, for at least some period of time. Not a shock. Craig Stammen probably knew it when he took the job.
Yep.
AJ's known it, maybe most of last season. Who knows? This may have been the plan from, weeks after Peter passed away, that we knew at some point in a couple of years, let's see what we can do, and then we're probably going to have to sell the team, because that's the financial reality of where they are. This is not coming internally as a shock to anyone.
Yep. Okay.
It wasn't a shock around baseball circles.
No, it was not.
Not at all. That was almost the most surprising thing. Like, you talk to anyone in the know in the last 24 hours and they go, oh yeah, this was definitely going to happen. No one around baseball who knows the finances of baseball ever expected the Seidler family to be able to hold on to this team.
I think Rosenthal talked about it yesterday. I mean, again, they've been trying to sell this team since Peter passed away. That was like, they're like, there's no way they can continue. I mean, maybe they were right at the end of the day. But yeah, the short term is going to sting a little bit. It usually does. It usually does for long-term gain and growth. I think it usually does.
I think if the Padres can get a sale done before the start of next season, like 2027, there shouldn't really be much impact. I think this season's already locked and loaded for the most part. You just need a couple of pieces, and then a new owner can do whatever he wants when he comes in 2027.
Yeah.
But I don't know that there'll be a huge short-term sting, because we weren't expecting them to sign Pete Alonso or Framber Valdez.
Yeah, we wanted to,
but we never really thought it was going to happen. So I don't think it changes.
Do you have
much.
like a sense of unease that if the Padres are in contention next year and they need to add on some payroll at the trade deadline to really make a push, is it an organization, an ownership group that's already in the process of selling? Are they going to be likely to want to do that?
I think you can look at last year's trade deadline for your answer. They just traded a bunch of prospect capital. They'll probably do the same again, is my guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll take on a contract with 8 years remaining. From another, they're not going to add Rafael Devers like the Giants did at the trade deadline, but they can add a rental for 2 months. 2 months is not going to change the finances of the Padres.
For sure.
Adding a guy who's got prorated 2 months left on his salary, whatever it is. I don't think the big deal is they don't have enough prospects to trade right now to acquire things that they want. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Don't do this in our next segment. Somehow there's a different gambling sports scandal every single day now. Like, it's troubling that there's a headline every single day about a different, somehow, related to sports gambling scandal. I got another one today.
And then there's maybe the wildest new owner proposal that we saw yesterday as well.
It's all coming
We
up.
haven't gotten to the names that we might be interested in entertaining.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well.
One I don't want to entertain.
Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, let me tell you about QC Kinetics, all the great work that they are doing over there for people like us, right? Like, we're not pro athletes, but we all have interests and things we love to do. If you want to stay active, this is obviously the city that you want to do it in. And when you're hurt in San Diego, I submit it's worse than being hurt anywhere else, because the weather is usually really beautiful and you want to be out playing golf or surfing or hiking. And when you can't do it, it really bums you out. It certainly did for me when I had severe pain in both of my wrists, went to QC Kinetics, did 5-6 rounds of treatment, and my wrists are stronger than they've ever been. I've never lifted heavier weights in my entire life, even in my 20s and 30s. It's all because of QC Kinetics. I couldn't have done it without them. So Get back doing the things that you love to do. That's the freedom that QC Kinetics helps people rediscover every single day. Don't just mask the pain. Let QC Kinetics regain what pain took away. Great time to book your free consultation with Dr. Jackson and his staff. You will love Dr. Jackson. He's a former orthopedic surgeon. He knows it all. So call them today, 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN is their number. QC Kinetics, 2 locations, one in Hillcrest, one in Torrey Hills, 619-614-PAIN. Don't wait. Get on QC Kinetics today.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Let's get right to it. DDT brought to you by Trust and Will. Don't leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die. Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
Yes.
It's a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. I'll start us with, this is more of a good old-fashioned sports gambling scandal.
I miss the old days of the good old-fashioned.
There's no pitch fixing
No
or
cockfighting.
Yeah, it's this one was announced yesterday. 14 people charged for their roles in a multi-million-dollar illegal sports betting ring involving college athletes. This time, though, I don't believe any of the athletes are being accused of, manipulating statistics or anything for prop bets. This is just the mob, the Lucchese crime family.
Oh, yes. One of the 5 families.
Said the Lucchese's?
Yeah,
Lucchese's. Yeah.
Spelled differently, I believe.
Than Joey. Yeah, it's not. I don't believe it's Joey's family.
I was just wondering.
Running a network of bookmakers.
They throw the churve, the whole family.
And they would use college athletes to be the bookies on campuses.
Standard. This is standard behavior. This existed when I was
bets from their fellow classmates who wanted to bet, offshore on sports.
This existed in 1993 when I went to college at Texas Tech University. They had those
Didn't have apps. Now they have apps for it. Back then it was simply you had a guy, you made a phone call, or what did you do? You met him at the co-op at school, or how did it work?
Put 200 on the Vikings on Monday Night Football for me. Okay, I don't know where he went, but if I lost, I paid, and if I won, he paid me.
Yeah, that's what this is.
The apps make it a lot easier, and it's a lot more dangerous because you're like, I'll just bet on every. I remember one time I bet on every single game, every single Major League Baseball game in a day.
See now what makes it dangerous though is
just
that
because
illegal bookies will take your action without the money.
Correct.
The regulated FanDuel, DraftKings, Prize Picks, whatever, you have to upload money into your account.
You have to put money in.
You can't bet like I'm good for it. Just put me down for 1,000, which is very easy to say because you always think you're going to win.
Yeah, give me a dime on the Vikings,
and then you get into trouble. But when you have to preload your account with things, and you go, well, I can only bet this amount. To me, that's a very reasonable way to do sports gambling.
It's definitely better than that.
Right.
So what happened? A bunch of kids got in trouble.
Yeah,
for running an illegal book ring.
Trouble for being the bookies. It's really the mafia guys who are in the most trouble for running the whole multi-million-dollar scheme. But there are some athletes and colleges not named in the indictment here in the story who have been charged as well.
Kyle in the chat says never bet on the Vikings. Was he only against? Yeah, you're right. I actually lost that bet. I think it's the first bet I ever placed, and I lost on Monday Night Football, like 1994. Look it up. That was not great. For me, if you looked at the UT yesterday, and I did, I saw this article written by Tom Krasovic. It said, would a Padres sale help the club win it all? And I thought, okay, this is going to be one of those.
The last line of the article is who the heck knows, by the way, just so
right. Yeah, for sure. But I was very interested to see the suggestion. The first line, it says it might be good if Jeff Morad buys the Padres, whose leaders announced on Thursday.
Someone was pulling my leg.
That somebody else wrote it as a bit. Yeah. And he says, well, this time around, don't groan, everybody. This time around, Morad, if he so desires, seems to have the money to do it right. And then he lays out what has happened to former Padres owner Jeff Morad since he left. Apparently, he's made a killing. He's sold his stake in McLaren Racing for more than $5 billion. So he's got some money. But then it goes on to list, some highlights of the Jeff Morad era. Draft successes like World Series champion Max Fried and infielder Jed Jerko and catcher Austin Hedges, also a World Series champion, by the way. I couldn't. How did you feel about this, Ben? Because you really lived through that era. The Jeff Morad era.
Well, he never had the money to take over the team.
Right.
So they were in that awkward phase of keeping payrolls very low when he was running the team and then never really got control of it. It just was a bad time to be a Padres fan.
Would you categorize him as a bad owner?
I would categorize him as an owner who never even got to really own the team.
He had it for 3 years?
Sort of, yes. But it was never fully approved by Major League Baseball. And that's why they were then forced to sell to the Ron Fowler group that brought in the Seidler family.
My question to you guys is this. So clearly, Jeff Morad reached out to Tom Krasovic yesterday and said, hey, might want to float this out there, right? This is easy to just conjure this out of thin air.
I mean, his argument is that
He's got money
he's
now.
run baseball teams, like CEO of the Diamondbacks. He was an agent. He has experience in the sport. You could do worse than having someone with that pedigree. The problem is he had his chance here in San Diego, and it went so poorly. I don't think you could ever win back over the fan base unless you won a World Series, but that to me seems like a really bad road to go down. I'm sorry, Kraz. Bad idea for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
Even despite your best effort at arguments. And Jed Jerko's not a draft success.
No, and
Padres.
trading Jake Peavy was not good, as he alluded to in there, that it was actually good. Faced durability issues after they shed his $52 million payroll. Some of the people in there said, I saw some comments, they're like, the Jake Peavy trade made me almost quit being a Padres fan. That's how mad they were.
That's why it's not a good thing.
That's why it's not a good
even
idea.
if ultimately Jake's best years were behind him, not ahead of him, still didn't make anybody happy.
Yeah.
All right, let's just keep moving on because we got Darren coming up. So that's just don't do this for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Just zero positivity on a Friday.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see what Darren always has measured takes on the news of the day when it comes to the San Diego Padres. He will join us coming up next here with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Heading into the holidays, though, this is actually a terrific time to sign up for SDFatLoss.com. I know you're thinking, well, what about all the holiday parties and treats and goodies? You can actually cheat a little bit and still lose weight. I did when I lost my 40 pounds in 60 days. What makes this a great time, though, is they are offering their lowest prices of the entire year now through December 31st, over $400 off with the SD Fat Loss holiday sale. They will teach you how to lose the weight fast, up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days, which means very early in the new year, new you. No more New Year's resolutions. You will be down so much weight. Woods was looking at the old pictures of me this morning going, you are fat.
Yeah, you are way bigger than you are now.
That's true.
You're way handsome
That's
right
true.
now.
Thank you very much. And I owe it all to SDFatLoss.com. No injections, no exercise necessary to lose the weight, just real food from the grocery store, things I enjoyed eating, and that made it so much easier to keep the weight off other than those other programs where you have to eat all the bars and the shakes. Go to SDFatLoss.com, set up your free consultation, take advantage of the $400 off huge holiday special right now at SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Last day this week for our biggest fan contest. It is not too late for you to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. And if you register your name, you may hear it called at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., or 5:30 p.m. You'll have 10 minutes to call us back and qualify for our grand prize drawing, a night in our Odyssey Suite at Petco Park in the upcoming season. 20 tickets for you and your friends to watch a game with the entire fan staff. We'll have our name coming up 9 o'clock this morning, but we got Darren Smith standing by. We'll talk Padres ownership, a little MLS playoffs, and more coming up next here after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the San Diego District Attorney's Office. Looks like North County getting a little break from the rain, guys, but don't get too comfortable up there because, more rain is on its way. For the most part, folks are doing a pretty good job of navigating our slick roadways. Very few incidents or accidents to report this time around. Got one on westbound King Freeway just before the 5, couple vehicles over to the right shoulder. We got a stall vehicle reported on southbound 15 before the King Freeway, not showing if lanes are blocked. Southbound side of the 5 right at the East 8 connector ramp, we have reports of a possible brush or encampment fire, some smoke visible from the right shoulder. Workers' comp fraud costs us all. Fake claims and premium scams drain $34 billion a year. That means nearly $1,000 more per worker and higher prices for everyone. Workers' comp fraud hurts us all. See it, report it, stop it. Learn more at SanDiegoDA.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And joining us right now on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, our friend and SDFC broadcaster Darren Smith. Fairly quiet week for SDFC, international break. A week from Monday, we'll have their next playoff matchup against Minnesota United. But I did want to get your reaction to the news we discussed earlier, which was the MLS changing its schedule coming up in 2027 and getting rid of the MLS season pass so people can watch the games just with an Apple TV subscription going forward.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think that the idea of switching to the calendar is a good idea. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of apprehension in cities where they have winter, like real winter, snow and wind and, sub-zero temperatures and such. Like I understand if you're in Minnesota or if you're in Toronto, you might be thinking, wait a second now, this is going to get a little dodgy. But overall, I do think it's better for the league as a whole to be aligned with the rest of the European leagues. It's going to make transferring players in and out a lot easier. As far as it goes, hey, anytime you can make it more accessible for people to watch and, in theory, actually listen to a broadcast, right? Since you do have the option on the MLS season pass to listen to the hometown radio broadcast, I think that's a good thing. I didn't have a ton to complain about the Apple season pass. I thought it was good value for $80, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who aren't inclined to spend $80 on the product. So make it more accessible, switch the calendar. People have been talking about this for years. And, I do think that these are things that will help the league grow a little bit. So all in all, I think a pretty positive couple of days for Major League Soccer.
Yeah, and if you continue in your current role, it changes your life a little bit. How do you see it working for you?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really see it as something that's going to, have a negative impact. I don't have any conflict, right?
Yeah.
Like there are other people that I work with that have conflict because they broadcast other sports, but this wouldn't serve as any sort of real conflict because outside of Ben and Woods and Section 1904, I don't really do a lot.
So, this doesn't have any major impact on me. I do think it would be really interesting. I think when you let's think about the landscape of San Diego sports, right? So obviously the Padres are the number one thing to discuss. They're the top dog in the market. And so, you get that pretty much February spring training, long on ramp into the summer, hopefully into the fall. And then, you sort of had the overlap at the end of the summer into the fall. And before baseball really gets going now is when MLS is going to ramp up at the most important time of its season. So, I think selfishly, from the standpoint of what does this mean for us as people who broadcast and are sportscasters and sports personalities in the San Diego market, like, I don't see the downside here, right?
For sure.
Not having, and I don't know that like our January and February sports calendars or shows are going to be filled with, talking Major League Soccer, but it is there. Like, it is there, and it is a good thing. So, I think it maybe balances things out a little bit. There's a lot of times where we're doing these broadcasts on Saturday night, and the Padres are playing a couple of miles away, and we're doing really well. We have 28 there, 30,000 people in the crowd. So people are into it, but it would be nice sometimes to be on the call and know that people aren't split screening, that people aren't paying attention because it's Padres and Dodgers. And maybe this can help spread things out a little bit, which I think would be good for everybody involved.
Nice job on the play-by-play filling in last Sunday. I heard some of it as well. Darren had to step in from the analyst role to the play-by-play job. I can't imagine that was easy.
I would have quit.
Yeah, it's not. I'm glad that Adrian Garcia Marquez will be back. It's I was you realize it's so funny because it's not something I've really done a lot. And the first couple of times I did it, I just focused on the wrong thing. Like, I focused on making sure that I was getting a lot of the details right. And what you realize about play-by-play is it's like you just get the big moments right. Like, they're not putting out their social media clips this week. They're not doing that on the time where I correctly identified, 4 consecutive passes on the far side of the field, right? they're just like focusing on goals and saves. So, you have to get the big moments right. And, that was the challenge. But I think it also helped that we're seeing Portland for the 4th consecutive match.
Yeah.
So, the amount of prep work was a little bit different than, let's say, if it was, some other team that we hadn't seen in a couple of months. So, that was definitely helpful, but it is fun. I mean, it is fun when you get the opportunity to kind of lose control of yourself a little bit and just, be completely consumed by the moment. So it was fun. I appreciated the opportunity, but I'm happy AGM will be back next Monday.
Talking to Darren Smith, I appreciated the call yesterday. You and I talked for about 15, 20 minutes about the impending sale for the San Diego Padres. We were very much aligned, I think, and I thought you raised a really good idea that you had, and you talked about Section 1904. But the other one you had, as soon as I tuned in, you said something about the devil and the devil you don't know, and how in this case maybe the devil you don't know could eventually end up being better for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, and usually the phrase is the other way around, right? Sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. But I just think we kind of know what the situation is.
Yeah.
And, the situation, I mean, sure, they've produced a lot of wins over the last couple of years, but does anybody feel really confident about where this is heading in the future? I don't think so. So, hopefully the devil that you don't know, which means somebody that can come into this organization and somebody that could buy into this organization will be better. There is a flip side to it. There is a lot of owners in Major League Baseball that are, frankly, losers. Like, we're heading towards they're not losers in life, but, they're losers in how they approach their ownership. And I am worried that, we're going to get stuck with one of those. But in terms of being better than status quo, like, status quo isn't cutting it for a lot of people. And, I think that status quo with what this is right now is, I'm open-minded and optimistic that it can be improved, and I do think that this is, not buying a team that's at its bottom, right? You guys were just talking about Jeff Morad. I mean, but it's not that. Like this is a good time to buy into this, and I'm optimistic that there will be a line of suitors here that will recognize what it is that San Diego has become as it relates to baseball. So I'm definitely optimistic about it, but I also I do have some apprehension about Major League Baseball and its process, especially with a work stoppage looming out there on the horizon.
And one of the suitors that you mentioned yesterday too, I've been thinking about it since you and I chatted, is Theo Epstein, and I went, Theo Epstein, like he is. You talked about how he's moved beyond the. Yeah, I really want to get out there and scout and be a president of baseball operations. Even he wants to be in the ownership suite.
Yeah, and has for a while. It's kind of crazy. I know we're talking on the 2-year anniversary of Peter's passing, and another friend of ours, Barry Axelrod, who passed away not too long ago either, was pretty close with Theo. And Barry and I were having a conversation a few years back, about AJ Preller and who could come into the San Diego Padres, and who could if AJ was going to be replaced, who could it be? And I said, well, what about Theo? Like, Theo is always a name that stood out to me. Theo's the guy that started his career in San Diego. He went to law school at USD. He was an intern for Kevin Towers. And Barry stopped me and said, Theo's like done with being a GM. Theo's on to ownership. Theo's on to, does he want to be the next commissioner of Major League Baseball? And, Theo got into private equity, like a lot of these really, really smart guys, and worked with a company called Arctos. And I know just recently he became involved with Fenway Sports Group. So it's a small share. I think it's, less than 4 or 5%. But, that's Fenway Sports Group. It's the Boston Red Sox. It's Liverpool Football Club. But, I mean, is there a better person that really would immediately have credibility and earn trust with the fans than Theo Epstein, who many of us have wanted as a general manager or president of baseball operations for a long time, even if we're Preller fans? You want to say Preller, okay, I'm a Preller guy, but if you give me Theo, I'm like,
it's
sorry
tough,
about it.
Yeah.
And that Theo's in ownership now, and I think baseball is obviously they respect Theo. They've trusted him with some of the rules changes, and they had him on these advisory panels and such. I just think it would be such a great story. Last I checked, he owned a house in San Diego still. Like, I don't know. It's pie in the sky. It's wishful thinking. It'll probably be some other venture capitalist that comes in here that we've never, ever heard of. But while we're all just tossing names out and picking names out of the clouds, like, why not? Theo is involved in baseball ownership. And this is where it started for him. And what a great story it would be if he came back to San Diego, the place where Kevin Towers once upon a time hired him. He was so close with KT, and he became involved on that level. Like, I don't know. It's probably too good to be true. But, man, if you were to give me a wish today, just kind of flying blind, that would be the name.
He actually started wasn't he like a PR intern before he even got hired by Kevin Towers for the Padres? Imagine
that. He was going to law school here. And
going from intern to owner.
Here's the jug's gun. Go chart some pitches.
Can you text him? I mean, you sure you have his number? Just shoot him a text and say.
A name that I keep seeing pop up is Mohamed Mansour, and I don't think that's a good idea. As much as I liked him when I met him, think he's obviously very, very rich, and he now has connections to San Diego. But what I felt about Mohamed Mansour, the owner of SDFC, he's passionate about soccer.
Right.
He's passionate about. He's from a soccer family. He had professional relatives in soccer. I feel like the Padres need someone who's passionate about baseball, not owning a sports franchise. At least that's what I would like from the next owner of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah. Right. Well, let me just, since you brought up Mohamed Mansour, I agree with you. I think his passion is football and right to dream. But, he does have a local business partner, and that is Saquon.
Already very tied in with the San Diego Padres.
Yes. So, they've already now dipped their toe into professional sports ownership, and I think they're doing a pretty good job with it. And, Saquon is here, and, maybe they have a taste for it now, right?
Yeah.
So again, this is not any insider information, but since you brought up Mohamed Mansour, I think you're right. I do not see a world and you also have the Manny connection operating right through there as well. So I don't know. Sheil Seidler's also been around some of these Major League Soccer games as well. So, she's taken a recent liking to San Diego Football Club. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting fodder, isn't it?
It certainly is. I mean, a couple of the names, and I told you these yesterday, that I heard, like, hey, keep your eye out for a Dave Winfield / Alex Rodriguez potential interest. And I had to shake my head and I go, oh yeah, they tried to buy the Timberwolves and
Twins, didn't they?
Twins.
I
and
thought A-Rod bought the Timberwolves.
He did buy the Timberwolves.
He did buy the
He did buy the Timberwolves.
Did he sell?
Yeah.
No,
No?
they're
He
they're
still
on the
owns
team.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine going up to Petco Park, be like, we got to sit down with A-Rod today. We're going to ask him about future pay. It's just the weirdest thing. And this, of course, is what it breeds. It breeds a bunch of speculation. It's just like the Albert Pujols, Craig Stammen thing, right? Like everyone heard Albert Pujols, and you're like, Albert Pujols in brown and gold? And they're like, no, actually, it's going to be Craig Stammen. And, people were upset by that. And, this is what it leads to, a bunch of getting your hopes up about Theo Epstein and maybe A-Rod.
Right. Cronky's name, I think I've seen tossed
I saw
out
that
there. Yeah, but it's all
yesterday.
speculative. None of this, I don't think we've even gotten to the process yet where anybody's, calling or sniffing around.
Right.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
I think they're
I'll leave that
sniffing.
to Dennis Lin and Evan Drellich and Kevin Acey to tell us. But we remember this from previous cycles, don't we?
Yes, we
remember
do.
names like Thomas Tull and some of these other cats that have come sniffing around. I mean,
He was
Jeff
the movie
Moran thing
producer
just
guy,
absolutely-
right? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Thomas Tull. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you know what Thomas Tull does now? He's an investor. He is involved in what is it called? Regenerating animals. Like he's part of the company
the
that
cloning.
Like
that
Tom
created
Brady's dog is lives
That's
again.
his company.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what Thomas Tull does. That's part of what he does these days.
Wow.
He reincarnates animals so that Paris Hilton and Tom Brady can have their pets forever.
That's absolutely incredible. It's just incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
D. Smith,
Yeah.
you're the man, dude. Thank you for your
Thank you,
always
fellas.
measured takes, and thanks for taking the call
And
yesterday.
next Friday we'll be gearing up for the big playoff match.
Yeah,
Just
buddy.
We will.
takes a little
It's
while. but
exciting.
Appreciate it.
Sold
Thank you
out.
very much, Darren.
See you, fellas. Have a great weekend.
Darren Smith appearing on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Yeah, we can keep discussing some of those names in our third hour coming up. We'll also play a little Take on Woods, and we got our biggest fan announcement still ahead. 2 hours remaining this week. What a week it's been. Short week. Remember, we had Tuesday off.
No, I don't remember.
No, you don't, do you, at all.
It doesn't feel short.
It's coming up next. Don't go away. More Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we're halfway home on a Friday, mercifully. Benham Woods, 97.3. The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Benjamin, how are you?
I'm fine. Getting ready for our weekend of rain. Going to pick up my buddy at the airport for our non-golfing weekend, apparently.
So what are you guys going to do instead of go see a movie or something?
Bowling, maybe? I was thinking bowling. I haven't been bowling in forever.
Please go bowling and send us video.
But then all the bowling lanes are going to be super crowded.
They're going to be
because
full.
That's one of the things you can do indoors this weekend.
You can play golf in the rain. You're
You
allowed
can.
to.
You don't in San Diego. Some courses close. Some will let you walk. I don't mind walking. I don't play well in the rain when everything gets wet.
Who does?
There's some, guys from like Ireland that do it really well, I think.
And they have
not
to.
me. Not me.
Yeah, we had 3 games canceled tonight. Friday Night Lights, flag football, baseball tomorrow, and
Just already, they're just like, we already know.
it's not done yet. I mean, doesn't look great. They're not going to let the kids. They're not going to let the kids play on a wet field.
I mean, they even canceled like Del Mar horse racing tomorrow already.
Good.
That's how
Yeah, I mean,
sure
that's
they
smart.
are it's going to rain all day tomorrow.
When does it start today?
It's one of those times where like we're pretty anti-screen time in our house, and I'm like, all right, man, it's gonna be hard not to go to the well this weekend.
Phone says nothing until like 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we get that game in. That would be pretty sick. We had a nice practice.
40% chance of rain at 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's
Tomorrow, though.
it's playoffs, right? For the flag football team, which is insane to say they're 7 years old, but they're so into it. I mean, 8 kids out for practice yesterday. The offensive coordinator didn't show up. The head coach is out of town. I had to run the offense last night. I thought I did a pretty good job.
Nice
at running the offense. I'm not the nicest. They mess around too much for my liking. They're 7. They weren't really focused. And as it turns out, my oldest doesn't take coaching from his dad very well.
Sounds like you lost the clubhouse.
I would say I kind of did already lose the clubhouse. Now, remember, I've been demoted from this team.
You were the defensive coordinator.
I was the defensive coordinator.
To start the season.
I went out of town one weekend. I came back to find somebody completely different.
You got Wally pipped.
Running the defense. Now, we had pitched a couple of shutouts under my tutelage. I know nothing about football or defense. I just yelled at the kids a lot and told them where to be. But then again, the guy that's supposed to be calling the plays didn't show up to practice. His kid was there, but he wasn't there. So I'm like, do I have to call the plays tonight? If I do, I'm more comfortable with the offense than the defense, certainly.
Run and shoot, triple option.
Some RPOs in there.
Run pass options.
Yeah, a lot of play action. We have a pump fake play.
Do the kids get fooled by that?
Like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Like Bo quarterbacks the second quarter of every game. So Jay is the quarterback for the first, third, and the fourth. Bo is the quarterback for the second. First play, every start, pump fake to the smoke receiver here, pump fake to him. My man Luca goes down the sideline. Bo, 40-yard bomb. It's worked 8 out of 10 times. I mean, every kid bites on the play action. Everyone is like,
sounds like your opponents aren't doing enough film study.
No, they're definitely not.
To counter your tactics.
They're definitely not. But I
found the one play that works.
The one play that works every time.
It's like in Madden, there was always one play, like some deep drive where you're like, they will win.
I know now if I'm facing you, if they're, they could be listening, like, hey, why they're going to fail on this first play? Pump fake, and then they're going to throw it deep. So don't buy the pump fake. Stay with your man.
Yeah, but they're 7. They buy it every time. That's the fun thing about coaching against 7-year-olds. They're not real bright.
Gullibility.
Yeah,
you love their gullibility.
They're not super bright. You actually feel, and if you have kids that can sling it like we do, and catch, you're in good shape. You're in really good shape. Now we also have 3 running backs that are like they're the fastest kids I've ever seen. So you hand them the ball and they're gone. I mean, it's actually pretty easy, but it's actually a lot of fun. But yeah, with the head coach being out of town, if we do get this game in, I may be thrust into action. I do feel like I feel like the coach will show up for the game. He didn't show up for practice yesterday. So I'll be relegated to helping kids get flags on, getting their wristbands on, getting their water, doing the rotations and all the stuff that I don't want to.
Assistance.
My feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. They're actually hurt. I'm kind of bummed.
Paulie made the point during the break, and you're absolutely right. The rain tomorrow is the worst possible timing for San Diego State football.
Yeah, for sure.
Giant game, maybe the biggest home game they've played in
feel bad
years,
for
certainly
them.
of the Sean Lewis era. And, make it work for you. They're hoping for a big, giant crowd against Boise State.
We got the big drone show tomorrow night.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I had 50-yard line tickets, I'm not going.
That's
anyway.
the thing.
I'm just not.
San Diego is not known as a town that will endure a lot of bad weather.
We're just not
for anything.
We are soft, dude.
For anything.
We are.
And you
And
also got to think about that part of San Diego in particular. If there's any flooding, like
Bro,
that's the
they
first
get a
place
quarter
that gets
inch,
it.
man, and it's like we're underwater here at Mission Valley.
That even if it doesn't, the river doesn't overflow and flood and everything, the traffic, like, dude,
That's tough.
it's going to be a nightmare getting in
I
and
know
out.
football is the no excuses
Correct.
culture. This is not setting up well. Boise State, they're used to bad weather in Boise. They're coming in feeling very much at home on a rainy night in Mission Valley with the stands that were supposed to be full, but will probably not be quite as full as they were hoping because of the rain. It's just really bad timing.
Yep.
And I hope as many Aztecs fans make it an event. You're going to get wet, wear your trash bags and get out there and scream your head off for the Aztecs. They really do need you tomorrow night. They're trying to build some momentum. They just announced yesterday. Did you see this? We didn't have time for do this, but I was going to mention it. A $1 million matching donation for the football team, similar to the one the Blenders guy did for the basketball team, the $5 million. He's donating $1 million, challenging Aztecs fans to match it. They're calling
Same
it the
guy?
Finish the Climb. No, different anonymous donor this time.
It was me.
I was going to say it was
I didn't
me.
want to
Dude,
say
that's
anything.
awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Most-
it, Paulie.
Did you know that most anonymous donations in San Diego are actually Woods?
It's true.
Every
Yeah.
time you hear about a large anonymous
me.
donation, it's probably Woods. He just doesn't want to take credit for it.
Yeah, I don't really like the credit.
Maybe
for
somebody
it.
that they share, the GoFundMe for somebody, and you didn't know that person, but then you somehow click it and you start reading some of the comments. Oh, there's the top donor. Wow, $2,000 anonymous donor.
It's Woods.
It's
me.
Woods every time.
Yeah. No, I always put my name. Always.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, there's a whole Curb Your Enthusiasm episode
Is
about
there?
this. Ted Danson. So Larry and Ted were asked for donations for this hospital wing. And Larry's like, done. And he writes a big fat check and he gets his name on the thing and he's super excited. And they show up. And I think it was Ted Danson that was like, I just went anonymous. And Larry's like, you went anonymous. Now I'm the a-hole because I got my name up there. It's just priceless. It's priceless.
Why would you go? What's the point of going anonymous?
You don't need the pat on the back. I need the pat on the back. If you're an anonymous donor, you're like, I don't need the fanfare. I need the fanfare. I want people to go, well, that's a nice, generous guy.
Even if you don't want the fanfare, isn't it more like if you're trying to inspire other people to donate, doesn't it do more if they know who you are? Oh, this guy donated. I should donate more. An anonymous donor, you can't picture it in your head.
No, because I think I see an anonymous donor and I'm like, man, that guy just literally out of the goodness of his heart. There's no ulterior motive.
Yeah.
None. I like to help people. That's inherently who I am. That being said, I also like credit for helping people. Sue me. You know what I mean? Like it's the nature of giving, I think sometimes.
It's a slippery slope though of you start doing that a bunch, promoting all of the donations that you're doing.
Right.
It's almost like, are you really doing the donation because it's the right thing,
Exactly.
because you want to, or are you doing it because
Who
it's going to get you
cares?
some likes on a post?
Ben
Who
says
cares?
Ben
If
says
you're doing
that.
it, you're doing it.
Mm.
Right. I don't.
It's okay to get some self,
No. So I think so. Like I will donate randomly to a GoFundMe I see that touches me, right? And
Sure.
I may know the person, I may not. And I put my name, but I don't like, hey, look what I did. You know what I mean? There is a line I think of like helping and then helping, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think I would ever donate anonymously. I don't think I would, and I think there's something in my psyche that maybe I should.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've talked about this before on the show. I had a kid that I went to high school with, and over the years, followed him on social media, on Instagram, and he would often, like around the holidays, go out and
Hand out food,
hand out sandwiches to people, which is great. Except he had like a photo crew following him around,
He's got a
taking
whole
pictures
crew
of
with
him doing that. And
It's
I go,
tough.
I'm telling you, maybe it's because I knew the guy, but I'm like, I don't think that's a genuine act. I think it's a photo opportunity, and that kind of sucks. Actually,
Or you
I understand those people
he
are
shows
being silly.
himself doing it. He inspires
He's
other people to
inspiring
do it
other
as well.
people to do it.
I kind of
That's
ever
always
since-
the fallback.
Yeah, I get it. Ever since that moment, though, and it kind of like opened up my eyes differently to all of that. And it's like, all right, man, hey, if you want to go do some charitable good, I think that's great. The second that you start filming it and documenting it and posting it, I think it's more about you doing it than the act itself.
All right, Dub J makes a point, especially when it comes to, the $1 million anonymous donor. Okay, then once your name is on it, people come out of the woodwork asking for more cash.
Can you help? Yeah.
Do you feel guilty that you didn't give it somewhere else? Like, I've got $1 million. I want to give it here, but I don't want the other people that I didn't give it to know that I gave it here. I guess you could have like an actual feeling of guilt over the money that you donate. Could you donate $1 million and feel guilty about it that you didn't donate it somewhere else? Like,
I get that too.
Oh, I did this for the football program. Maybe I should have done it to battle homelessness or the hungry. And I don't want people to know that I'm donating it toward football when there are other worthy causes out there.
It's funny.
You can spin yourself out about anything.
C20 Moreno says true gifts are offerings without any recognition or expectation of a return. Yeah, you're absolutely right in the perfect world. But the point you make, I donated $5 million to the football team of my favorite university. It's like, that's great, but that could have gone a long way to feeding the unhoused, or kids that need food and everything like that. So
I think about Peter Seidler a lot.
Yeah,
Peter Seidler. The stories came out about him walking the streets and talking to people.
He wasn't like, "Hey guys, it's your old pal Pete."
I think if Peter had his way, nobody would ever know that he did that. And the stories came out, and the stories are great, and they need to be shared because that's who Peter Seidler was. But if Peter Seidler called Darnay or Julian, or Ben wouldn't go, but any of the other news anchors, hey guys, I'm going to be walking around downtown.
Come down and film me.
Get some B-roll of me doing it. Like that's a self-serving thing at that point.
Yeah. You just don't give anything to anyone, and then you're off the hook and easy. You like the promotion.
That's not true. It's not. I don't give anything to anyone. I give my time. I'm going to ring the bell at the Salvation Army.
When's the last time you did
December 2nd?
When's the last time
donation?
A monetary donation was made from you and your bank account?
I'm sure something happened recently.
When?
You can't even avoid it nowadays. Occasionally,
when just answer
happens.
Answer the question.
I don't know the answer. I don't know the actual answer.
You can't remember the last time you donated.
Does it count when they ask you to round up for charity?
It does not.
Which I don't do.
Also, you shouldn't do that.
Don't do that either. I don't.
You don't have any standing donations, like things that you do every year?
I can't remember where I was, but they asked me to round up for charity.
Yeah.
My bill was like $15.98.
You said no.
Round up 2 cents. I said, no, I'm not doing it.
Why?
Because you said don't round up.
Yeah, it's like to help them get a tax break,
right.
I think. When did you donate?
How much was the total?
When did you donate last?
I don't remember exactly.
I'd like to know this. At the end of the year, but do you write donations off?
No.
All right.
If I don't make a straight up donation to something, I like to buy stuff for myself that the benefits, the proceeds benefit a cause. Like I thought back to some of the fires in LA. I remember we bought some merch from this company that was like, all the proceeds we're going to rebuild and blah, blah, blah.
I'll do that too. Yeah, I do that a lot.
I gave $100 to my college golf program. Remember, I did that. That was like a year ago.
After they hounded you down
for a long time.
You had to go do coffee.
For
If you just give $100, you don't have to go do the coffee.
That's true.
When's the last donation?
I don't remember.
All right.
What was your last one, would you say?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I did
sure
a lot.
It's more recent than mine.
I did quite a few for the school teachers at the beginning of the year.
Right.
My wife and I both did. We bought a lot of stuff on people's wish lists to like get their, which is insane to me. The teachers have to go buy that stuff every year. So that's always something I really loved. I would love to give more. I would love to give every teacher everything they needed to teach these kids, because again, these kids are nightmares and you have to deal with 15, 16, 17 of them every day. I don't know how you do it. Legendary.
They are incredible people.
You donated your time though on the air.
Right.
Promoting it.
Yes.
Right. Thank you for that.
All right, let's move on from this
Oh, I
topic.
bet you want
Yeah.
to move on. Sure.
We got to play Take on Woods coming up next.
How convenient.
How convenient. It is time for Take on Woods. If you'd like to be our contestant, try to qualify for our grand prize trip to Las Vegas, which if you win, you can donate if you'd like. 833-288-0973.
You can. Settle down. I'm not sure.
You can always donate your Sammy Hagar tickets to someone in need.
I guess you could.
If you really wanted to. 833-288-0973. Musical Trivia Challenge. Coming up next, call now with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Got money for prize picks, though.
Gotta make sure I keep the account loaded. I've actually won more money at prize picks than the opposite, which is fun because I enjoy playing prize picks, watching sports, daily fantasy. You're just setting simple lineups. It only takes less than a minute to set your lineup with whatever games you're watching. You can cross multiple sports right now, college and pro football, college and pro basketball, hockey, whatever you're watching. Tons of different lineups, tons of different top stars with their stat projections every single day with prize picks. This weekend, take a look at options like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. I do believe he practiced yesterday, even though he got hurt again last weekend. Look at the numbers, passing yards, rushing touchdowns. You can even stack them together with prize picks. That's new. Stacks where you can pick the same player with up to 3 different stat projections in the same lineup. All you have to do to get started is download the app, go to prizepicks.com, use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. At Prize Picks, where it's good to be right, must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This holiday season, too many San Diegans will go hungry. Join 97.3 The Fan and support the San Diego Food Bank. Donate food directly online through our Odyssey San Diego Food Fund, where every donation helps feed local families. Go to 97.3thefansd.com/food fund and give today. Fine. You want me to give $20 to the food fund right now? I'll do it.
I was watching his face as he was reading that line.
He got about halfway and
he's
goes,
like, mere thought of it makes him
the weekend yet? Is it the weekend yet? Can I just go enjoy the rain in peace, please?
He's just standing outside in the rain, like, why? Why did I hook up with these guys? Wear him out for
the
everything.
Segway King.
All right, let's change the hot seat from this chair.
You live by the
to that
Segway,
chair,
you die by the Segway.
and let's play a little Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bail Alarm Security and Fire Alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Joe. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
You ready to take on Woods for a chance to qualify for a trip to Las Vegas?
I think so.
All right, let's do this. 5 questions of musical trivia. If you beat or tie Woods, we'll put you into the grand prize drawing for the 2 tickets to see Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live at Park MGM, 2 nights at Park MGM, and a $100 gas card. Get your own Sammy Hagar tickets for his Las Vegas residency at Ticketmaster.com. Here are your category choices this morning. We still have Bye, Bye, Bye sitting there. This is 5 song titles and artists. Second word is bye, so blank by blank. Where's the Fire? 5 musical answers, song titles and bands, including the word fire. And our new category, Around and Around. It's our 2-second song category, 5 songs that all include the word around in the title. So Bye, 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 Where's the Fire, or Around and Around. Joe, what would you like to play?
So the Where's the Fire?
Where's the Fire? All right, 5 musical answers, either song titles or bands that include the word fire. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is our 2-second song. Paul, you'll play a little bit of music. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point. Are you ready to play, Joe?
Yes.
All right, Paul, you good to go? All right, let's do
I'm
this.
ready.
Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. The category is Where's the Fire? Joe, your time begins when Paul plays our music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Pass.
Maurice White formed which Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band in 1969? I'm not sure if he did it in September.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Correct. Which 2008 hit that topped the charts in 4 countries, also led to the first Grammy nomination for Kings of Leon?
Sex on Fire.
Correct. Adele started the 2010s with 3 straight #1 hits, Rolling in the Deep, Someone Like You, and which lead single from her second studio album, 21?
Set Fire to the Rain.
Correct. The Suburbs won the 2011 Album of the Year Grammy for which Canadian indie rock band?
Arcade Fire.
Correct. Let's go back to the 2-second song.
Fire, but I can't think of the name of the band.
Got a few seconds
Quickly.
left. That's all right. You got 4, which is good, but I think that's where it ends. That was Firewoman by The Cult.
Yeah, Woodsy's going to get that one.
But will he
Does
get the rest
other
of them? I don't know.
4?
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Sex on Fire, Set Fire to the Rain, and Arcade Fire. Hang on the line, Joe. Going to be an interesting one today. All right. Let's put Woods back onto the headphones. No category for Woods. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Joe.
Ooh, that is Firewoman by The Cult.
Correct. Maurice White formed which Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band in 1969? I'm not sure if he did it in September.
Oh, that's Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Correct. Which 2008 hit topped the charts in 4 countries and also led to the first Grammy nomination for Kings of Leon?
Sex on Fire.
Correct. Adele started the 2010s with 3 straight #1
Set
hits.
Fire to the Rain.
Correct. The Suburbs won the 2011 Album of the Year.
Arcade Fire.
Oh, and you nipped Joe 5-4. It came down to the 2-second song. Paul, you were right. Woods got that one. Joe, it was a well-played game, but not good enough to beat our expert today.
Looks like the GOAT is back.
Not bad. You had a solid week.
Very solid week.
Very good
indeed.
week this week. I don't know if you missed a single question all week, did you? Can't remember. We didn't have a game on Tuesday.
Maybe one.
Maybe one. Yeah. Very well played, Woods.
Thank you, sir.
Joe, thank you for playing.
Thanks,
we'll have
Joe.
a new category in there on Monday and a few more chances to qualify for the Sammy Hagar trip to Las Vegas.
I weirdly love that Adele.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Adele's great.
Big fan.
She's just got an amazing voice,
Just
doesn't she?
incredible pipes.
Amazing.
Just incredible. I would go see her in concert in Vegas or something.
Assuming she doesn't have like laryngitis.
Yeah,
like,
she's
she
sick
gets
of
the-
like
yeah.
like she
She
doesn't.
and Celine have the same, like they sing so much
Yeah.
and so well that it just blows out the pipes.
100%.
All right, let's talk about the potential future ownership of the San Diego Padres. Right now, they're just names. I mean, we can throw out names like
Let's
everybody
throw 'em
else can
all
throw
out.
out some
Throw 'em
names,
to the
but
wall.
let's throw as many names out as we can. We will do that coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, even in a trying and tough week, you know what I always have by my side? My big fat jug of Eco Water. Very, very big fans of Eco Water in the Woods household. The smartest, most practical upgrade I've ever made for my family. Had the system now going on 3 years, I think, since we got it installed right around the holidays, and it's been phenomenal. The water tastes good, tastes the best. It's the best water that you can drink. It's good for you. It's good for your pipes. Also, they have the most advanced technology in water treatment for your family and or business. We're lucky enough to have it here at the Odyssey Empire Studios as well. They've been doing this since 1925. They patented the first self-regenerating water softener, now nearly a century later, still leading the way. But the hard water that you're drinking, that you're bathing your kids in, it's not good for you. It's not good for your home. So check out Eco Water today. You can try the Soft Life and alkaline water, now just $9.95 a month. Call 760-350-3338, or you can visit ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got our biggest fan announcement coming up at 9 o'clock today. Busy 9 o'clock hour as well. We got Rhino Report. We've got NFL Threesome that we postponed from yesterday's big breaking news announcement. Got our super sexy Saturday Stinkfish college football schedule.
Yes.
All to get to as we get you toward 10 o'clock, and we can head out to our very rainy weekend here in San Diego.
Can't wait.
But after traffic, we want to go through, we're hearing names, and more names. Some of them are probably ridiculous. Others may have at least a kernel of truth or possibility as the next owner of the San Diego Padres. We'll talk about it after this look at traffic with Kelly on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Yeah, speaking of water, we got lots of it around the county this morning, guys. Rain expected off and on throughout the day, so please plan accordingly. We're getting reports of a solo spin out now westbound side of the 78, just past Emerald. That vehicle wound up over to the right shoulder. Traveling on westbound 8, just before College, reports of some large tire tread in middle lanes. Accident has cleared on westbound 52 before the 5, so seeing just a little residual there. Yeah, continue to take it extra carefully out there, guys, especially on those transition ramps. You want to have those headlights on so you're more visible to other drivers. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Woods, I think, said at some point, you felt like you had over a dozen names that were being thrown at you yesterday. And I haven't even heard, I think, half of them that you've brought up. And I mean, how much credibility? I have no idea. I can't get into the mind of billionaires and what they're thinking. But someone's going to buy the San Diego Padres. My guess is there will be quite a few bidders, quite a few people who have already reached out to the firm that the Padres said would be conducting. What's the name of that firm? Let's see if I can find that.
It's like BD. I don't remember.
It is called BDT and MSD Partners. The old BDT and MSD Partners that are going to be conducting in an advisory capacity to the Seidler family the process of a potential sale. Due diligence and all. You got to make sure you get word out. You get your contacts with all your potential billionaires, and then there will be some sort of, I would think, bidding process that will take place in the coming, weeks or months on, at least probably a lot of background checking to make sure that everyone has their financing in order. If they did want to pull off the sale, you don't want any unexpected delays or snafus when it comes time to, put up the money for the team. And then it'll probably come down to a last couple of finalists, and they will choose the new owner that makes the most sense financially and, for whatever other reasons they're looking to pick a new owner for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah. And the commissioner of baseball, Rob Manfred, did speak about it. I think he delivered a quote, something to the effect of, I have the utmost confidence that John Seidler will pick the proper person. Same Rob Manfred, though, that last year was like, I have the utmost confidence that John Seidler will carry the team to where they, and be the great steward of the San Diego Padres moving forward. So again, take everything you hear with a grain of salt, I think is a good way to go about it. But I got a text yesterday from a buddy, and I'll just read it to you. Said, hey, he actually called me Big Dog.
Big Dog.
It's not really my nickname.
D-O-G or D-A-W-G?
D-A-W-G,
nice.
Which is better, I think, than D-O-G.
Right.
That means I'm a dog. I'm really not. I don't really have a lot of dog in me.
D-O-G-G sometimes?
Oh, that would be good.
Double G?
Big Dog. Thought this might be interesting. I have a close friend in the Rams organization, PR department. Called him this morning after the news dropped. The word is Kroenke is very interested in the Padres. Apparently, he has been inquiring since Peter passed. Okay, Stan Kroenke. He owns several sports teams, Ben.
Stan Kroenke owns, in particular, the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Nuggets, both.
And the Avalanche as well, I believe.
World champions, and I believe you're right.
And
the
a Colorado
soccer team
Avalanche,
as well. I believe he owns a soccer team as well. He owns
You
the
may own a
Mammoth
couple of
of the.
teams.
He owns a lacrosse league team, the
Oh, he
Colorado
owns the
Mammoth. Yeah.
Man.
He owns the Rapids, the MLS team in Denver. Most of them are in Denver. Denver Nuggets, Colorado Avalanche, Colorado Rapids, Colorado Mammoth. He owns the Screaming Eagle Winery and Vineyards.
My favorite.
He owns
winery.
the Wagoner Ranch and he owns the Los Angeles Rams. He also owns Arsenal,
That's
which
a big
is
one.
the big English Premier League team. He owns a lot of stuff.
He owns a lot of stuff.
His
His fingers are in a lot of pies.
right.
He has a lot of pies.
He knows how to delegate, though, because most of those teams
Pretty
are fairly successful. And he obviously can't be like every single day running every single team.
KJD said he also owns the Colorado River.
He may just own the state of Colorado at this point.
Good God, man. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. Stan Kroenke would be huge. Now, again, based on the combo I had with Darren Smith, we talked to him a little bit about it. The concern would Stan Kroenke be approved to be the Padres
I don't even know
owner?
is like, what are the rules in terms of multi-sport ownerships? I know that he can't.
Clearly, there are none. He owns
there
9
are.
teams.
The NFL does not allow you to own teams in other markets that aren't yours. He gets around that by having the Avalanche and Nuggets in the name of his wife, Ann Walton Kroenke. Trust his wife. Just think he'd go behind your back and hamstring you
Anytime. The casino. Good pull, Benny.
No, that was Shawshank on the Roof.
Oh,
That
that's
was
right.
Andy Dufresne.
He also did that in Casino. Let me ask you a question, Sam. Do you trust your
You
wife?
trust your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. That's really good.
Good pull. He
Good- two
trusts
good
his wife,
pulls.
apparently.
Yep.
Puts the teams in her name to get around that rule. Can he add another team to his portfolio? My guess would be probably yes. I mean, if he's that rich that, that many teams, he's probably not spending every last dollar on every single one of them. So, yeah, he could. And, he's done fairly well when it comes to, very well. Super Bowl champion, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, NBA champion, MLS Cup champion, 2-time National Lacrosse League champion, and a UEFA Women's Champions League title with Arsenal women as well.
Guy likes to win.
Yeah.
It makes money, sure, but likes to win. All right, there's an interesting name. Joe Lacob is another interesting name.
Golden State Warriors owner.
That was pitched to me by my father-in-law, who runs in some similar circles, and said, I think he would be really good and, has no problem spending money.
Won 5 titles as owner of the Warriors.
Yep. And apparently Joe was in the mix to buy the Angels last year. You remember they were going to put the Angels up for sale.
Yep.
And the Angels, I think it was Artie Moreno at the last minute, essentially said, actually, no, we're not going to sell the team. And I think Angels fans were really, really excited there for a while because they've toiled under Artie's leadership for a while. But now, so Joe Lacob was closed. Now,
you know who Joe Lacob is close friends with, according to this bio I'm reading? Jeff Morad.
Okay.
So we all poo-pooed the Jeff Morad idea that Tom Krasovic wrote about earlier this morning, but perhaps Joe Lacob would be part of a deal that would also bring in Jeff Morad back to San Diego. Does that make you less likely to want Joe Lacob as an owner? I don't know.
I have no idea.
He also is close with Billy Beane, apparently.
Okay. As far as owners go, the Kroenke, I didn't. Steve Ballmer, did you hear? I mean, I heard it because he's a billionaire and probably get anytime there's something for sale. Somebody mentioned Steve Ballmer. I don't know that
I believe
he's
expressed interest in owning a baseball team.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit, but nothing beyond that.
Southern
I feel like guys like
California
him
would make at least sense if he was looking into that. He wasn't interested apparently in buying the Angels a couple of years ago when they were up for sale, which is even closer to his Clippers team than the Padres would be. But
somebody just DM'd me.
Does it have to be like a Stan Kroenke, Steve Ballmer, Mark Cuban, these names that we know, they own other sports teams, they're a little bit more front facing and public, or are we all going to flip out if it's some hedge fund manager that you've never heard of?
Yeah, we're going to flip out. That's what we do.
It's mostly likely going to be someone you haven't heard of. I mean,
but don't a lot of teams?
I mean,
I
do hang with a lot of billionaires. I mean, like these are not our people, right? They're not our people. They're not the people of our audience either. But I think if you're in the market for a new owner, you want somebody that's filthy rich and committed to winning. That's what you want. Here's an interesting name too, Lucas Walton, who comes from the Walton family, right, Ben? Founders of Walmart. This cat.
That's Kroenke's family as well.
Yeah, he married the heiress.
He's married to Ann Walton.
Oh, okay.
So they're part of the same family too.
This is his son.
I don't know
her
which
son.
I don't know which one Lucas is.
He's 39 years old. He's from
Yeah.
San Diego. He's worth $41.8 billion.
That's
Wow.
it.
He looks like the owner of the San. Look, doesn't he look like? Look.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Throw a
that.
Padres hat on him, and
A grandson of Sam Walton, who was the original Walmart person, grew up in National City, California.
there you go.
He's the child of John Walton and his wife, Christy Walton. Don't know much about him, though.
I saw the name too, as he's been mentioned since he burst on the scene here in San Diego. Joe Ty, right? And I don't know. Joe owns the Brooklyn Nets, and he owns the San Diego Seals. And I know he loves San Diego, but he's also, I think, his passion is lacrosse. That's his passion project, and I think he really loves basketball. I don't know that he has a real love for baseball either.
I don't look at the Brooklyn Nets and go, "That's what I want." Here
Right,
in San Diego.
Right, fair enough.
Hasn't gone that well.
It hasn't
for him.
gone that well for him, and I think that probably bothers him a lot. I think that's the only billionaire I've ever met is Joe, and you couldn't ask for a nicer dude than that guy. He was fantastic, but yeah, I just what's the fear? Because again, you made it. We talked about it yesterday, Benny, and you said I just don't see a path for somebody that's coming in with a layaway type program. I don't think they're going to approve that guy.
Well, I just don't think they need
they don't
that
have
anymore.
to.
Back in the day, let me
It was tougher.
it was tougher. There weren't as many.
You needed 15 guys.
You needed 15
Yeah.
to put together a group to buy a team. Nowadays, there are enough billionaires out there that I think there's more billionaires who want teams than teams.
Yeah.
Which makes it a good seller's market if you're looking to sell your franchise.
The fear is the Rockies owner type, says SD activist. I don't think that they would approve that.
And what's
guy.
going away are
Maybe they would. I don't know.
the longtime owners who, hey, we paid $4 million to the Pittsburgh Steelers 80 years ago, and
It's
we've kept
worth
it in the family.
$800
Now
billion,
it's worth $7 billion, but you can't really pass it down. Even the Lakers, who were Jerry Buss, and that was a family. You watched Winning Time, and you've seen the documentaries. That's very much a family business. The Lakers. Now
It wasn't until she sold.
Now she had to sell because it's no longer tenable for like these family business people to run
She sold?
professional sports. She sold to Mark
Oh,
Walter,
to Mark
the
Walter.
Dodgers
earlier
owner.
this year.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's still going to stay on as the chairwoman.
That's
and,
right.
with the team, but they
Man.
don't. The families don't have the money anymore. Just like the Seidlers don't really have the money to run
a team.
They're almost a victim of the success. The Padres are so big now that they can't. It's too unwieldy now for a family to run the
great
team.
Word. This is a good point made in the chat by Foo Friars. The fear is an Adam Klug type. Yeah, 100%. Him coming in. Hey. No, I'm not spending that. I did see just now.
Why do you want to buy the team though?
To make money.
No.
Right, but most professional sports teams are not. I mean, maybe in the NFL, but in other sports, they're not cash cows. Where you're
NFL is a cash cow.
The NFL is, but in baseball, I don't believe teams are losing tons of money, but I don't think they're printing money like it's not an ATM machine for the owner.
I'm going to value is going up every day.
Yes, but you know that for the next 15, 20 years while you're owning the team, you're going to be really expensive. It's like a fixer up, it's like a fixer upper house, and you're constantly having to patch this and fix up your stadium here and add payroll there, and it's constantly you're writing checks until the day you sell. That does not scream to me someone who's like a frugal penny pincher wants to get into that business at all anymore.
There have been so many over the course of baseball history, but baseball is different
you could
now.
buy teams for $15 million, and you bought the team for a way less sum than $2.5 billion.
Yeah, I do think that the owner has to have a passion for baseball, right?
I would hope so.
They have to.
I mean, I don't know if Stan Kroenke, he might be a good owner. He can't possibly have a passion for every sport that he owns a team in. Right? I have a passion for football, basketball, soccer, hockey, lacrosse, and wine.
Well, then he knows somebody. He knows somebody that has a passion for us. Yes,
he's done a good job hiring the right people to run his sports teams. That's also okay. If you don't have your own passion, find the right people with the passion to run your team, and he has done that very well as a sports owner.
Yeah.
But you can't possibly have passion for everything, can you? You
Yeah.
don't have time in the day.
I have a lot of passions, but I
Yeah.
like some of them suffer because of the other passions that I have. So yeah, it's listen, these are the names that I heard yesterday. I told you the A-Rod, Dave Winfield contingent. But yeah, I just got to be the right one, man. It's tough.
All right, final hour of Ben and Woods coming up. Paulie, finally to the round of report that we never got to yesterday. We'll get some headlines. We'll have some football threesome and schedule talk. We have not brought up all of our Otani content, our glowing, unanimous MVP content that everyone else is talking about today. Somehow we've avoided it for 3 hours, but yeah,
we're really good.
He's the MVP again. And is Aaron Judge as well over Cal Raleigh.
Yep.
Interesting, closer vote there. We'll talk about it all coming up here with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Final time for Ben and Woods this week that we're going to announce the name of a biggest fan. If you hear your name called, and that'll happen momentarily, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 and qualify for our grand prize drawing. 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at Petco Park for a Padres game with all the fans' staff next season. You can register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. But right now, the name, our last name this week, is David Vu from Poway. David Vu from Poway, you are on the clock. 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. Paulie will look for your call. Call in, we'll put you on hold, and we'll make sure we get your information. Put you into the grand prize drawing. David Vu from Poway. Quickly, just on the MVP talk. Padres did get a couple of votes. Fernando Tatis Jr. was recognized as the number 8 selection, I believe, in the National League for the MVP voting. Not bad for a season that a lot of people felt like wasn't his best offensively. Still only, well, by the voters, only 7 players in the National League performed better than Fernando Tatis Jr. did last season.
Yep.
Not a bad place to be. And Manny Machado got a few down ballot, or like 1 or 2 down ballot votes as well, and finished tied for 16th in the MVP voting. But of course, it was Shohei Ohtani who won unanimously again. It's his 2nd straight NL MVP, his 3rd straight overall MVP with an AL included 3 years ago, and his 4th MVP in 5 seasons.
Pretty good.
Begging the question, what happened that other year?
Yeah, what
think it
did
was
you
hurt.
do? Did you get hurt?
That was the year he got hurt with his arm.
Thanks a lot,
Right.
Angels. Really appreciate you guys not taking care of business. Really appreciate it.
The American League vote was much closer. Came down 17 votes out of 30 for Aaron Judge, 13 first place votes for Cal Raleigh, but it is Aaron Judge who also wins back-to-back. It's the first time ever that both leagues have had back-to-back MVPs in the same season. And I feel like there's a lot of anger for the Cal Raleigh fans out there. Like, what more could he have done? Catching, Gold Glove level catcher, the home run power, leading the Seattle Mariners to the playoffs in their best season in many years. What more could he have done? The answer is nothing. Cal Raleigh did nothing wrong.
No, he did nothing wrong.
He just was up
Fantastic.
against a historically good offensive season by Aaron Judge.
Yep.
And by the way, the Yankees were also very good. People forget they won the most games in the American League, tied with the Toronto Blue Jays, because they didn't win their division on the tiebreaker. They had to play in the wild card round, but they had a phenomenal season, and Aaron Judge was a huge part of that because he was so unbelievably good. I just don't think it's not a bad call to make Aaron Judge your MVP. I'm not saying Cal Raleigh would have been a bad choice.
No,
either.
I think Judge actually said if I would understand it. If you gave it to me, if you gave it to Cal, like they're both monster seasons, and I can certainly.
Yeah, I mean, the Vapor says Judge over Big Dumper is ludicrous. It's not. It really isn't. If you look at Aaron Judge's numbers, there's no way you can say it's a bad vote for Aaron Judge. I would have voted for Judge. I would have felt really bad for Cal Raleigh not voting for him and wish that he could have had this season any other year, which would have been MVP season for Cal Raleigh. But he went up against just an unbelievable season.
Yeah,
by Aaron Judge.
People make the argument it's the most valuable player, and catching is a more valuable position than right field / DH, right? But you look at the disparity, I think, in some of the offensive numbers for Aaron Judge, and it really has turned into an offensive award. Best hitter, essentially, is what it is. But, the giving it to Judge after a year like that doesn't feel dirty by any stretch of the imagination. But Cal Raleigh was a beast. I mean, he was a
the metrics, Adam just sent us the metrics, and these count in defensive contributions. WAR, Judge 9.7, Raleigh 7.4. OPS, Judge 1144, Raleigh 948. OPS plus, which 100 is league average, Raleigh 169, Judge 215.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
215. I mean, numbers wise, it wasn't,
defense, like you said,
numbers wise, it wasn't that close.
Right.
It was Judge. Everything else was like Raleigh. Yes, I loved all the narrative. I love the catching. But the numbers were overwhelmingly in the favor of Judge.
For sure.
Overwhelmingly.
I was in the Raleigh camp about 6 weeks ago, and then I actually went and looked at the disparity in the numbers and was like, oh, wow, okay, we're talking 100 points higher in OPS plus and things like that. I mean, it's a runaway as far as I'm concerned as well. So congrats to Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge.
Real quick, we got our biggest fan on the line.
Oh, good.
Get to him in just a second. Because while we're talking about Aaron Judge, cannot help but notice the intimate family moment that they had. You know, they got the camera facing the couch when the announcement is made, and it's usually, sometimes it's a big room full of people. Other times it's just, you know, family, friends, girlfriend, etc.
All the judges gathered.
Yeah, and Tyler Wade was there.
Yeah.
Tyler Wade Judge.
Standing in the back.
That is him in the back, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Standing in the back. Like,
did he sneak in? Was he supposed to be
there? They're homies.
I mean, we got Tyler Wade from the New York Yankees organization. They could have become friends there.
I'm sure they did. I don't think he walked in randomly.
Sure. No, I mean,
he was invited.
All baseball players know everybody. You
Well,
know what I mean?
what about other baseball players?
It was the most random thing I think I've ever seen.
He's standing in the back like Forrest Gump at Richard Nixon's inauguration. It just doesn't make any sense. I wish we had gotten closer with T Wade when he was here, because I would have texted him and be like, "What are you doing there?"
So I went to Aaron Judge's house again. Took a picture with the MVP.
Hanging out
again.
It's literally his family, and then there's T Wade.
It's like girlfriend, mom, dad,
wife,
brother, uncle, and then Tyler Wade.
People call me Tyler Wade.
Yeah, I'm Tyler Wade. They call me Tyler Wade. Can't sit here. It's unbelievable.
I could not look. If there were 30 teammates there,
T Wade
or former, that makes sense.
T Wade said he did an interview, and the Judge was his best friend. That's his groomsman bestie. There you go. That's incredible.
Killed me.
How is Tyler Wade and Judge's top 10 people in his life? Tyler Wade is a cool guy. Like,
yes.
we love
Aaron Judge, like the king
of
New York.
Yeah.
And he's got one friend there, seemingly.
That's his buddy. And I think
love it.
The more famous you are, you kind of maybe roll with the less famous, right? Like, he's not going to be hanging with the other superstars on the team. You hang with I don't want to say lesser thans, but you hang with the guys that are like,
But if they cut to his living room and LeBron sitting there with a Yankee hat,
LeBron,
right,
David Beckham, what the hell's going on, right? Like,
Spike Lee.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
He's who's the
the California
Turtle.
boys.
He's Turtle.
Turtle.
Entourage.
Yeah, I love
that's
it.
Tyler Wade. He's Turtle.
Now, T Wade has not been offered a contract. He did send out like an Instagram post yesterday thanking San Diego. I don't know if that means this is the end of the road. Maybe a non-roster spring training invitee. I have no idea.
When you're Tyler Wade, there's never an end of the road. You take whatever job you can get next year. If it's with the Padres, if it's elsewhere, you take what's available to you when spring training rolls around.
I don't know what happened with T Wade and Shilty, but something happened. And
all right, let's say congratulations. Is this David?
This is
David. Congratulations! You called in time, and you are qualified for our grand prize drawing in our biggest fan contest. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
You are good to go. I got you all marked down, David. Thanks for listening.
All right, we'll hopefully see you at the Padres game later this season. Thank you, David.
All right, buddy.
Paul, you ready to get for a Rindle report? A little late, but we'll get you going here.
Let's do it.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right, quoted David as our qualifier.
All right.
Biggest fan.
All
Well,
right.
he didn't. His defense, he didn't win anything. He
It's true.
just qualified.
That's fair.
If he
Sure, just
won
in a
it, I'm
drawing.
sure he'd be.
He was
like,
also on hold for like 7 minutes while we did the whole.
Tyler Wade.
He was tired. A little
As
tired
Forrest
of the
Gump.
whole rigmarole.
Yeah.
All right. 3 random fun stories here to start off. We'll start off on a local note. Saw this report going around that UC San Diego has a pretty surprising and maybe borderline startling problem with a large percentage of their students not able to do third grade math.
Come on.
I'm reading a post here. It says UC San Diego's released a new report documenting a steep decline in the academic preparedness of their freshmen. The number of entering students needing remedial math has exploded from 1 out of every 100 to 1 out of every 8.
1 of 8.
Yeah.
Remedial math, not just like go back and finish your trigonometry, but remedial math.
Now, I don't even know like how remedial math would be taught nowadays. I know the game has changed very much since I was in school, and my schooling probably was very different from your guys' schooling. I'm 35 now, so I got friends that have become teachers and administrators in school. They said, bro, you wouldn't be able to do 6th grade homework. You would not be able to do it because
My son
is taught differently now.
My son's in 2nd grade, and he brings math home, and they have to like write an essay. It's like a problem, and then you have to write out an essay of how you did it and why, which is insane to me. It's Common Core. We've heard about it, and I believe that that's what this is. He's pretty good at it. I'm not. Now, is it 3rd grade math?
So
give me an example. I'll do.
All right, I have.
They put
Pauly
this whole
sent me a-
report together.
Yeah.
And this is from the actual report that the university put out. 25% of students at UCSD got this question wrong, Woodsy.
Okay.
You got your pen and paper?
I
if you
do.
need it? All right. 7 plus 2 equals blank plus 6.
Plus 6. So that would be 9. And then I would put a 3 there. It's 3. That's the answer.
Correct.
Thank you. So
25% of UCSD students.
All right, this one's a little tougher. Add the mixed fractions.
What?
6 and 2/3.
6
and 4 and 2/3.
and
Give your
4.
answer as a mixed fraction.
Okay, that would be. How do you add fractions?
6 and 2/3 and 4 and 2/3. This
6.
shouldn't be that hard. Think of it in baseball terms, like innings pitched.
Okay, so that would be.
If the starter pitched
11 and
6
1/3.
Correct. Very good. If I just turn it into baseball, it's much easier.
All right, I got one more for you.
All right. This is the worst idea ever.
You're gonna want to write this one down
All
as
right,
well.
Okay.
All right. Round this number to the nearest 100.
You better get this one.
3,
Yep.
7,
374,518.
374, 5,
Round it to what?
The nearest 100.
374,500.
Right.
That would be accurate.
Oh God.
Welcome to the newest UCSD Triton.
61% of people did not get that rounded to the nearest 100.
So I could get into UCSD. Is
Apparently.
what you're saying.
Or you could do the math.
I don't know. That shocked me. I started seeing some of the problems. I go, am I missing something here? Because
1 of 8, by the way, is so many.
Yeah. What do they have? Like,
how did they pass their SATs?
How did they get their
couldn't do
SATs?
that. That's what
mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do they still do the SATs?
Not as many as they used to.
How do they let kids in
I'm
now?
not sure.
Did you guys feel prepared
They
for
look
college?
at their Instagram feeds.
Pauly, I was so unprepared.
Judge their Instagram feeds.
I talked to my dad this morning. I was driving in. We talk a couple days a week on the way in, and my nephew is he's a freshman and it's hard. He plays football and he's struggling to prioritize and all this. And he goes, I don't know. He goes, I don't know how to motivate somebody. And I said, I disagree. I said, you motivated me when I was 19 and flunked out of college and you made me work at a gas station. I was very motivated, right? Fear, poverty, all of those things motivated me to get my act together. Not that I ever really did, but I didn't drop out of any colleges after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a struggle, to be sure. I think as a parent, you have to be on it. You got to be on it. Your parents have to be on your ass.
You kind of got to go through school again.
And now they're doing a thing. They do a thing now where it's like, oh, there's no homework. We're a no homework school. I'm like, excuse me? I don't think so. Like, yeah, you could be spending that time with your family. I'm like, yeah, you could be, but you're probably going to be spending it online, doing creepy stuff. Let's give these kids a bunch of homework so that they know that, like, I to prioritize
But then
to
I feel
get things
bad.
done.
There's the kids who have like after school athletics and they're playing and they're
Got to
like,
prioritize
gonna have dinner and then it's like 8:00 and like they haven't started their homework. I'd rather have them getting sleep than
it's true.
staying up late to do homework
It's
that
true.
they don't even really need to do because they're smart and they're doing well in school. At that point, then the homework becomes stupid busy
It's
work.
busy work. You know, I hate busy work.
Right.
All right, we will. I'll just wrap
Skip
it up.
ahead.
No,
Okay.
keep going.
Yeah.
What do we do? We have no.
Oh, we'll
No,
save.
we got
we'll
one
save the country music song maybe for later in the hour.
All right.
I do have a story here. A world record was made recently in the last week. The bagpipers claimed a world record for the most bagpipers to perform one song.
Oh man, I bet that was loud.
The previous record was set in 2012 in Bulgaria. They had 333 bagpipers. And recently, a group of 374 bagpipers gathered. There was like a big music festival, and they played a little AC/DC.
Oh, nice.
And,
It wasn't gonna make you sweat by CNC Music
it wasn't
Factory.
this was not the Red Hot Chili Pipers
song of all time.
Oh, they have a great bagpipe solo. Whoa. It's badass.
Does every bagpiper know how to play this solo in this song? Apparently.
Look at all those bagpipers.
They're all wearing kilts.
Your kids come to you, Dad, I really want to learn to play the bagpipes. No, it's not happening.
Or are the parents forcing the kids to
Maybe.
take up the bagpipe and wear the kilts?
Who's the parent that's like, I got a great idea. A great idea. Play this. So good.
Get your worst enemy, buy their children a
bagpipe.
bagpipe for Christmas.
A bagpipe. You kids, what is this?
Why do I think Taylor would love it?
He would slay the bagpipe. This is great.
Do you still have the Red Hot Chili Pipers, Paulie? One of the legendary moments, especially CNC Music Factory somewhere on your archive. This was remember when Woodsy was trying to wish Brian O'Grady best wishes on his new baby girl that was born many years ago. In honor of his Irish heritage, he was looking for some sweet bagpipe music. And this is what Paulie came up with.
Where was it? I'm trying to find it.
All right. Been through your little curveball there.
I did.
Give
me some Red Hot Chili Pipers with the Irish blessing.
You were trying to give a blessing.
Because what says Ireland more?
Oh, here.
Because what says Ireland more than the Red Hot Chili Pipers?
Bagpipes more Scottish.
They are.
I don't know.
Those are great.
A newborn babe brings light to the house, warmth to the hearth. And joy to the soul. For wealth is family, and family is wealth.
Slay.
Everybody dance now.
There's no more joy to the soul that I can get than from the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
I love them. They just cover all sorts of different stuff with their bagpipes. The groupie scene for those guys is insane. It's absolutely
Oh my
insane.
God. I just remember it was on the spot. You're like, Paulie, like,
play
I
something.
need some bagpipe music or something because it's, we're making the jokes. And I'm like, all right. And I just pulled up the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Yeah.
I'm like, that could be funny.
That's good.
It was like an Avicii song or something.
Yeah. That was
So
brilliant.
wake me up.
All right, let's we'll save your last story for later because we do have a football threesome.
Is that
Avicii.
Can you redo and find a nice, sweet Irish blessing?
The Red Hot Chili Pipers. Love the name.
Love
the
that.
name.
No, it's brilliant.
Love the name. All right, football threesome and a super sexy Saturday stink fist schedule. All coming up next. Don't go away. More Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Spending all this time trying to figure out what to do on a rainy weekend when the answer is so clear. Make some time to head down to 7 Mile Casino. San Diego's best card room is also, well, a great place to get out of the rain. Play some California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, poker, pai gow, or baccarat.
Got some great food to eat as well. Obviously, we love the Kung Pao chicken. Very, very delicious. But I've had breakfast there. I've had lunch there. I've had the salt and pepper wings. I mean, everything is fantastic. They got the 24/7 players menu. So always got something delicious to eat at 7 Mile Casino.
About to tell you what a big football day it is tomorrow. They got TVs throughout, even in the gaming area. So you can watch while you play. You can watch while you eat. You can enjoy a cocktail with friends at the bar, full bar at Sammy's at 7 Mile. And tomorrow, make sure you check out the weekend brunch, Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., voted best in the South County. So many different reasons to go and so easy to get to. Just hop on the 5, head south toward Chula Vista, get off at E, stay on Bay Boulevard on the west side of the freeway. You are there within like a quarter of a mile. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Better Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Just got word from David Shapiro himself. Glad you like your ice shaker.
I love it.
Infuser.
The ice shaker.
Bottle.
Yes.
With the David P. Shapiro fleur-de-lis and logo.
Yeah, big fan.
Enjoying that.
Yeah, very much.
And you're very lint-free thanks to his lint sticker sheets.
It's good. It's good. It's good merch. It's better than like some weird, you get weird stuff. Oh, cool. A stress ball. Nobody's ever thought of that.
I mean, radio,
before.
we're the kings of like swag, like station swag.
Yeah.
People love swag.
I love it.
I always wonder how effective it is. Like someone sees that with his logo on it. Will that make them remind them that when I just got arrested, I should call David P. Shapiro? Because
as I'm having this,
I just wonder how the swag works. Hopefully the radio advertising works, like because I talk about it, that you'll think of him.
Yeah, of course.
I just wonder whether the bottle works as well or not.
It
I
works
just
for
don't
me.
know.
He made me
All
very
right,
happy.
very good.
I don't always get arrested, but
When
when
I
I
do, I call David P.
Shapiro.
Shapiro.
Perfect.
100%.
We are overdue for a football threesome, 24 hours and change. Let's get to it.
Can Ben and Woods interest you in a threesome?
A threesome would be fun.
No, not that kind of threesome.
Talk dirty to me.
We're talking end arounds, the best tight ends in the world, and going all the way in this game of inches.
2 inches short, maybe less. Story of my life.
It's the NFL threesome with Ben and Woods, brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place, on 97.3 The Fan.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Oh, we can skip over our Thursday night preview as the game is already over. If you bet on the Jets, congratulations. They were 13.5-point underdogs and lost by 13. The old ugly cover for the New York Jets, but Patriots now best record in all of football.
As we all speculated.
After their 27-14 win. Travion Henderson, 3 touchdowns, and Drake May continuing to put himself in the MVP conversation.
As again, we all speculated. Watched a little bit of that game last night. What Vrabel's done has been pretty amazing. I mean, that's quite a turnaround for New England. Well, I was going to say something else. The Jets for the Jets.
I mean, a Coach of the Year candidate, an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one.
They're
coming.
running away with the AFC East right now. I mean, 9-2. The Bills are behind them at 6-3.
I saw someone refer to the
They've won 8
Patriots
in a
as
row.
the Patriots fans as the long-suffering fan base. It's like what, 4 years since they
That
won a
was
Super
Chris
Bowl?
Rose yesterday. He was joking.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that was a joke.
He was joking.
I think someone said it for real though. I think he was
That
referring
doesn't-
to someone.
that
who said
doesn't
it for
surprise
real.
me. Yeah.
he was joking.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
was joking.
Intriguing matchup of the week. I'm going to go in the AFC West again. Chiefs, Broncos on Sunday at 1:25. The Chiefs on the road, despite being 2.5 games back of the Broncos, are favored in this game by 3.5. If they want to get back into the AFC West race, they have to win this game. This is like a must-win for the Chiefs, who are not in playoff position in the AFC. The Broncos, meanwhile, have been... Well, I mean, they had the tied for the best record in the league until yesterday when the Patriots won, but they haven't exactly been blowing people's doors off lately either, including a 10-7 win over the Raiders last week. That was an ugly, ugly game. This is a very intriguing matchup. The Chargers are right in between both of those teams, a game and a half behind the Broncos. So a very important game for Kansas City on Sunday.
Some good games this weekend. Tampa Bay at Buffalo. I like the verbal jousting between Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield said something about Josh Allen's very small hands. And then Josh Allen retorted with, well, Baker's the kind of guy that wears 2 gloves on the golf course. So take everything he says with a grain of salt. If Baker Mayfield plays golf with 2 gloves, my opinion of Baker Mayfield has gone down a little tiny bit. And I love Baker. Who does that?
Tommy 2 Gloves Gainey, famously on the PGA Tour, but that's about it as far as I know in terms of good
All right,
golfers.
let me ask you a practical question.
I don't even own a right-handed glove.
Right.
I have a left-handed glove.
Every golfer does. Now, when I play baseball, I wear 2 gloves. But I don't wear a glove to play in the field, right? So I'm not playing first with a glove on my throwing
Under your
hand.
glove and the glove.
No, I don't even do that anymore. No.
Okay.
But I don't wear 2 gloves when I'm in the field. Why don't golfers wear 2 gloves more? Is it a feel thing?
Well, I know for me, I don't need one on my right hand. If I don't wear one on my left hand, I will get blisters.
Of course. And
on
the
my
club
left hand
slips and all
club,
that. Sure.
where the club turns in
one
my
glove's
hand.
fine, but who's
A
the
glove on the
golfer
right
with
hand doesn't
two?
do much for me. I've seen people like in the rain, like a day like today, if they have like special rain gloves, might do too, but
Okay.
that's about it.
Well, that's a good matchup, certainly. Also, you have, what was the other
And
one?
a few Seattle and
Yeah,
the
Seattle,
Rams.
LA.
That's, power rankings. Some people have them one too, so that's a big game.
And then Detroit,
and Philly. The Monday night game is horrific, man. Cowboys and Raiders. Oh my God.
Best bet against the spread. I'll just stick with my intriguing matchup. Must win for the Chiefs. I don't think the Broncos have been that impressive lately. Even on the road, I'll take the -3.5 Chiefs to win that game.
I'm going to go for a surprise, a shocker. I'm going to go Detroit. I'm going to take the dog, Detroit over Philly.
I was looking at that one.
Yeah, it's Philly was 2.5. I'm going to take Detroit to win outright bet.
Lions, big piece on Dan Campbell on ESPN today and all the things that his team, they just love Dan Campbell.
They do. I mean, how could you not?
Brock Purdy's back, apparently,
Oh,
for
is he?
the 49ers this week, if you're looking for another NFL headline for you.
I wasn't, but that's all right. That it?
I think that is it in terms of our football threesome. Would you like to get to a sexy Saturday Stinkfist college football
More than
schedule? All right, it's a big day. I'm going to be a very company man, though, for my schedule, my best lineup for you for watching college football, because I don't think you need to change from ABC all day. Start at 9 a.m. with number 9 Notre Dame visiting number 22 Pittsburgh on ABC. College Game Day visiting Pittsburgh for the first time ever. Notre Dame, really their biggest test since the first 2 games of the season. They did beat USC, but that was at home. This is a road game. If they win, they got a very clear path to the college football playoff.
Indeed.
If they lose, I don't know if they have a path back from 3 losses. So,
No, they don't. They definitely don't. This is a huge one.
game for Notre Dame.
There's been a lot of verbal back and forth too from their head coach, and ours doesn't really engage. He's really good about not engaging.
Rises above.
That's why I love Coach Freeman. He's the anti-me.
Roll right into the 12:30 game on ABC. Number 11 Oklahoma at number 4 Alabama.
Ooh,
the Tide going for their 9th straight win.
I thought they were cooked in the first game of the season.
I
dude.
know, but they've been playing well under Kalen DeBoer. Oklahoma, meanwhile, is right on that cusp of the playoff. They really need a win here to stay in the hunt. So very big game on the road for Oklahoma, and Alabama trying to keep their momentum going. And then keep it rolling. 4:30 on ABC. Number 10, Texas at number 5, Georgia. Texas has kind of recovered a little bit. They're back up to number 10. Both teams have 1 loss in the SEC, which means the winner stays alive for the SEC championship possibility.
Yep.
Not going to be a 2-loss team in the SEC championship game, I don't believe. So this is a must-win game for both teams. Looking up at Texas A&M and Alabama right now, who are both undefeated in the SEC. 1 loss keeps you around. 2 losses is probably you're done in terms of the SEC championship. So huge game there for both teams.
And then after I get my kids to bed on Saturday, I will tune in to. I'm surprised San Diego State is actually favored by 1.5 at home against Boise State.
CBS Sports Network at 7:30 from Snapdragon Stadium. We'll see how the rain impacts the game, the fans.
Tomorrow's when it's supposed to get really bad, right?
Tomorrow's the bad day. Maybe by the end of the day, it's lightening up a little bit. Tailgate party might get wet, but hopefully game time, maybe a little less rain. I don't know. It looks pretty bad. I hope the field holds up, honestly.
I know.
They only have minimal testing in terms of bad rain on that field at Snapdragon Stadium.
Yeah,
it's been better this year than it was last year.
Well, with the rain, I'm sure that Mrs. Woods is just elated that my plan this weekend is just to watch a buttload of college football on Saturday and a buttload of the NFL on Sunday. I'm sure that's not going to fly, but that's what I'm going to try to do.
Sounds good. All right, that's your a whole football segment for you.
Look
on
at
Ben
that.
and Woods. All right, we'll wrap things
Nobody
up.
better.
Paulie still had that one story about the new song topping the country charts that we can get to in our final segment ahead on San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
This hour 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on custom cards, custom wrapping paper, great gifts, plus holiday shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely. Don't miss out on the latest laptops, up to 45% off. Staples, that was easy. Starting to get some holiday plans on the books, getting invited to family festivities and such, because we're not that far away.
Thanksgiving is in what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks from yesterday, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Love Thanksgiving.
So we got we got a full week next week.
Yep.
And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
We have we go to my mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving. It is quite a scene. It's so much fun.
You make the deviled eggs.
I know she makes them for me.
You eat the deviled eggs.
I make the green bean casserole, and I make like troughs of
can of mushroom soup,
Yep.
sort of casserole,
and the green beans, and then the crispy. My secret is I just double up on the crispy onions on the top.
You just buy the ones that are already fried from the
No,
store.
I fry my own onions.
Do you?
Yeah, no, of course. Are you out of your mind? I don't even
There's nothing homemade out of your casserole at all.
I don't think there's a real
canned soup, French
cans of beans.
Yeah, that's it.
And then
you don't even use fresh beans. Canned beans too?
No, it's
just all out of
school.
cans.
Yeah, all out of cans. It's delicious.
And
I make it every year. And I make
upgrade this year. A little fresh green beans.
No. That means I have to wash
snap
them.
Snap
Forget it. I don't even think it would taste as good. I really don't. I don't think it would taste as
fresh
good.
beans always.
I don't think so.
Better. All right, use frozen beans at least then.
Okay, I'll use
the
frozen.
canned beans.
No, because then I don't know how to defrost stuff really well.
You don't have to. It's going to cook in an oven.
Oh, that's
just
fair.
put it in there.
Okay. I thought I had to defrost them first.
Frozen will be better than canned beans are the worst.
Really?
Yeah, because you get the can. It just sits in the can for 1953.
Green beans in the can don't make you fart, Paulie.
Del Monte.
Del Monte, delicious.
beans.
What's wrong with Del Monte? So I make that. And there's so many people that I have to so I have to do a lot of math.
Yeah, there's a canned taste. It's funky.
There's not taste delicious.
Yes, canned vegetables are funky.
Have you ever had fresh beans?
I don't think I have, actually.
I'm sure you have at like a good restaurant when
Yeah.
you order green beans at a good restaurant sometimes, like side dish at a steakhouse. Those aren't coming for a can, I promise.
I never eat green beans really anytime but
Other
that
than Thanksgiving.
Okay. What do you make?
I don't make anything, but I'll help with anything. I've snapped a lot of beans
Have
in
you?
my life.
I don't snap the
helping out.
beans. So what do you bring to the table then?
I just volunteer to help in the kitchen.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Have you ever carved a turkey?
No,
Me
usually that
neither.
falls to my brother.
You
or
have to do
some
it every
other
year?
Family member.
Usually it's
Yeah.
just a house full of women, and it's.
Are you saying women can't carve turkeys?
No, they ask me. They're like, "Hey, carry this cutting board with a giant turkey on it
my,
over
my
here.
wife cooks
cut it."
professionally now. There'd be no reason for me to step in and
I have
try
to
to
get
do
the
anything
electric
myself.
Ring the bell on
carver.
yourself, Paulie. Just ring the misogyny bell. There it is.
I would be happy to not do it.
Correct. I get it. My dad, if you've ever want to see, now that's a TikTok video. My dad carving a turkey. By the time it's done, it looks like a skeleton. Like
Really?
it
Gets every morsel off of it? Nice. I'm impressed.
You've never.
I'm impressed.
I actually had to do it last year. I just remembered. I showed up to Thanksgiving.
Electric knife or real knife?
I show up to Thanksgiving last year, and my father-in-law goes, "Hey, I was looking for you," and I go, "Oh, for what?" I'm bringing all the green beans I already made in. He goes, "Come over here and help me." They had 2 turkeys. He goes, "I'll do this one. You do this one." And I got the flop sweats.
Oh, God.
And I had like a knife and a big fork. And I'm like, I'm just trying to like when I play craps in the casino, I don't know how to bet. So I just shadow someone. So I'm just looking at him and I'm trying to carve this thing. Ben,
the first slice off the breast is
Off
pretty
the breast,
easy.
easy.
But once it starts getting into the angles,
But
and then like
every
I
slice
don't know.
after the first one gets worse.
It gets tougher
and
and
the
tougher.
first one,
Yeah.
it was like thick. It was like a prime rib of turkey. And I was sweating. I was like, am I doing this anywhere near the right way? There was so much meat. Watching my dad, he's like a surgeon.
That would be a good TikTok. Like sped it up. Like the guy who carves the perfect turkey, and then it's
All right,
and he's
this
in there.
big
Here's
pile
what
at
he
the
does
end.
too. This is the best. Watch him on Thanksgiving. He has an electric knife. He has other knives, and he does it. And then you'll see him carve a couple, and then you see him put a couple in his mouth. So he'll carve 3, take a bite. Carve 3, pick some off the end. It looks like a skeleton when he's done.
Will you
with
be
it.
seeing Gary for
No,
Thanksgiving?
I won't be seeing my parents.
If you
this
can
year.
arrange for
My
somebody,
brother,
your
my brother,
set up a tripod,
my brother,
and just hit record on the phone, get a good angle of the turkey carving section. Area.
You really just need to see before and after. I mean, it's truly incredible.
Turkey
put that
Talk
together.
on 97.3 The Fan, presented by Paramount Plus, streaming November 16th on Paramount Plus. It's the return of Landman from Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone. Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton is back, featuring Academy Award nominees Demi Moore, Andy Garcia, and Sam Elliott. Landman, new season streaming November 16th, only on Paramount Plus. Last check of traffic and maybe a little country music to wrap up Ben and Woods next on 97.3 The Fan.
Ish.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Getting a little break from the rain, guys. Might still see a stray shower or two in various parts of the county, but more rain is on its way. So this afternoon's commute could be a very busy one. Brace yourself for that. Right now, we are pretty much accident free. Just a little debris reported in middle lanes on southbound side of the 805 right before Murray Ridge. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Paulie, I saw this story and I thought it'd be perfect for the Roundup Report, but I don't totally know the details. So
I don't either. You sent this over to me.
Yeah.
The #1 song on the Billboard Country Digital Song Sales chart this week.
Yes.
is a song called Walk My Walk by Breaking Rust.
Breaking Rust?
Breaking Rust.
R-U-S-T.
Breaking. B-R-E-A-K-I-N-G?
Yeah. Breaking Rust. And if you go to their Instagram page, it says only outlaw country and soul music for us, but there's no mention to the fact that it is completely made up of artificial intelligence. AI, it is an AI song. There's no actual
Does
music
not actually exist.
It's a whole album.
Yeah.
Yes, the whole album. And this song, Walk My Walk, was the #1 country song in America this week.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but
Breaking
I ain't
roll.
slowing down. I was born
Well, here's the thing that you're saying that sucks because it just doesn't sound
That
good.
sounds like
Chris
ass.
Stapleton sang that song. You're like, it's not a great song.
But you wouldn't have liked it if it was a real person either.
Correct.
But you can see how it's #1, right?
No. It sounds like ass to me.
But all the other ones do too.
There.
To you.
God, that is
I thought he had a
terrible.
decent voice, or it.
Yeah, what do you say? Is it it?
It had a decent voice.
It's got a nice.
What does the lead singer have, like a name?
I don't.
Rusty.
Rusty.
That's horrible. So what? Is this like a bit somebody did, and they're like, "Ha ha ha!"
See,
It
I
went
don't
to
know
number
where
one,
this
or is there
originates,
there someone in Nashville like, "Hey, this all sounds the same anyway. Let's just throw it in the computer and spit it out." We are destroying art in this country. We are destroying art.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk.
You're not even a real person. How do you walk? Where can I see Breaking Rust in concert? This sucks, dude.
A lot of people said it sounds a lot like Old Town Road song.
A little bit. They all
from a
have the
few years
same.
ago.
Well, yeah, because
the same
AI
chord.
only can take from things that already
Yes.
exist. So it's always going to be somewhat of a copy. It'll always in your mind remind you probably of something else because that's what it's drawing from. What we have all decided is popular and good in the world.
I don't like it.
I hate it, man. It's just destroying the concept of art and especially in music. Like, it's destroying the guy that is sitting down with a pen and a paper and a guitar that's saying, this is what I'm going through. I'm going to put it to music.
All right. So if you got rid of
Oh.
AI, Maria says it's destroying everything, including college, because, people will write papers. Just say, AI, write me a paper about, the theories of John Locke, and it'll churn out a paper for you. But I mean, didn't Google should we get rid of Google too? No more search engines. I mean, at what point are you doing the work, and what point is technology just helping you as opposed to doing the work for you?
This is not helping. This is just, here's new music by Breaking Rust.
I don't disagree, but where's the line though? Is this the line right now?
That's the line. This has crossed the line.
Like, are John and Tammy country music station? Are they playing? Hey, here's the new single from Breaking Rust. Or are they? It's the #1 song in America.
Paul, you just made I just shorted out. I think it is so bad, man. Yeah, like Smash Numbers says, 50% of the internet is just AI bots talking to AI bots. It's so true. It's so true.
Well, why don't we try? Coming up Monday morning at 6 a.m., we'll just write into the chat prompt, create an entertaining 4-hour morning San Diego sports Padres entertainment show and see what happens and see if everyone enjoys it.
It can't be any worse than
today's
today's show. That's fine.
All right, that's it for us. We are done for the week. Appreciate everyone. Hey, living through another week of being a Padres fan.
Hey,
It's always fun.
What's next week going to bring?
For executive producer Paulie Rindle, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Be safe out there on the roadways from San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.